Okay, we are now live. Thank you, everyone, for your patience joining us. Here we are on the BAFA NFFL National League Game Day 3 for the North, with the Manchester Titans hosting. Currently watching the Manchester Titans play the Manchester Crows. This is Manchester Crows' first drive after the Manchester Titans have had an offensive drive where they scored the touchdown and were intercepted on the extra point. So we have a 6-0 game with just a little bit of a tight window there, bringing an end to the Manchester Crows' first offensive drive. But that was the extra point attempt. So we are 6 points apiece. So second drive for the Titans, first down. And all kinds of clattering on that particular play, with no additional to add to that. But looks like the official is talking to the player involved. Gives us second down now. A little bit of a clear out with the centre playing out short underneath. Gets the ball and brings us third down at the 14-yard line. So we have 11 yards to get the first down. Crows lining up about 7, respecting the depth that the receivers are playing at for the Titans. And that gives us a 4th and 6 yards now to get the first down for the Titans. So going into a trips formation now on this play. Blitzer pushes out wide. And snap is off. And goes deep downfield with a wide open man curled up on the halfway line. Gives us a turnover on downs, Crows ball. So Crows now starting their second offensive drive in the first half. So again, Titans playing in that flat that we kind of saw a lot from the Crows. Just a quick pass out there, taking the yards that are given with that formation. So 6 yards gained. Playing second down. So we have a motion into a 2QB, keeper, and now we have second QB and the two Crows players converging on the ball, giving a pass breakup eventually. So we go into a third down play. So 3rd and 14 to get the first down. Back into spread formation. And the Titans defense still playing flat, giving that space underneath initially. We go for a fair few hooks and a catch made, giving a nice little gain there to give it a 4th and 6, very manageable there for the Crows. Okay, so we'll see how aggressive the Titans are going to be on this 4th down. Still playing flat, but setting up on the halfway line for anything quick. And it's developing downfield, and ball is just slightly wide of the mark there, as Phil had a little bit of space there to make that catch. So now we go into 3rd offensive drive for the Titans. 1st down at the 5-yard line. Snap is made, and we have a couple of underneath with a little bit of a deeper out there, which is caught by the centre, Mark Baldwin. So it gives us 2nd down and about 4 yards. So really getting ahead of the chains, so to say, in this flag game. Not that we have the chains, but it gives us gives the Titans a good opportunity now, maybe to get a good chunk with a 1st down. Maybe a couple of plays they might play a little deeper. You can see that there's a little bit of a deeper defensive formation there as well, as James Wedge takes the shot to George. Just not able to connect there. Just goes a little bit further than George was. So here we go, 3rd down and 4. Will we see another shot? I suppose it depends on the coverage. So here we go, 3rd down play, attacking deep again, but takes the shorter route, which is slightly behind, isn't able to bring it down, gets intercepted, and Crows now have a 1st down in the Titans' half, about 12 yards from the end zone, 11 yards, I think they're spotting the ball at. Scratch that, 16 at the 5. So yeah, we are 1st and 16 yards to the goal line for the Crows after a bit of a missed throw there by the Titans. So still defensively flat formation. We have a tighter formation from the Crows going into a 2 QB run play, but I say run play, he hadn't crossed the line of scrimmage, so he was able to pass it, and the catch is made, giving a 2nd down at about the 7-yard line now. So 2nd down play, 7 yards. We go into that tighter formation again. Bit of motion and fake the run. So does have a run pass option as we speak. Makes the pass to the front of the end zone. And looks like the offensive player was trying to make that catch in the end zone, giving the defender, Daniel, it's Andrew, the opportunity to break that up. So we now go 3rd down and 7 yards. Okay, snap is gone. We get a lot of crosses in the middle at the front of the goal line, frees up Damon to be wide open in the end zone, give the Crows another 6 points. So we are doing a 1 point extra point attempt and going into the trips formation for the Crows. And we see a little bit tighter coverage from the outside there. And we see a pass break up by the blitzer there, Simon Howard. And that extra point is no good. So no extra points scored in this game so far, but 2 touchdowns for the Crows, 1 for the Titans. As we go into the 4th offensive drive now in this half. So that spread formation we see quite regularly. We see a little bit more depth from the Crows defense and just an underneath route there that gains a good chunk of yards, giving us 2nd down at the 15-yard line. So 10 yards to go. Okay, here we go. 2nd down, 10 yards. Snap is made. Quick routes there. And catch made, giving us 3rd and short at the halfway line. So looking like they need a yard now for that 1st down to continue this drive. Although I would expect to see maybe a bit of a deeper play now to see if they can gain some good yards ready for that 1st down. So 2 tight end formation. Wide guy, fake the run, little bit of a pass. They respected the deep, and they just get a little bit of a chunk of yards there for the 1st down. So they are now 14 yards away from the goal line on 1st down. Good position to start this series of downs in the Crows half. So back into that spread formation now for the Titans. We can see the Crows are still a little bit deep. And pass is made out to the centre, Mark Baldwin, with the catch. And we now have a 2nd down inside the 5. So inside that no run zone. Not that we've seen a lot of that from the Titans in this game. So here we go, 2nd down. See the Crows kind of change that formation a little bit into a shell for the red zone, and the Titans move into a trips formation as we look for a little bit of a window there at the back corner. Luke Sweeney making the catch, giving the Titans 6 points. Will we see an extra point scored in this game? Watch these next few seconds to find out. So remaining in that kind of spread formation. Snap is made. And ball is thrown for a completed extra point. Luke Sweeney with that connection with James Wedge, giving that score there for the 7 points for Luke Sweeney on both of those. So here we go, a 13-12 game. And if I hear any timings at any point, we do have the window closed, so we might not get that. We do have a man with a leaf blower downstairs trying to get all the clay off the seats. And, ooh, there could have been a window there, but was undercut there by Daniel Alexandru as he attempts to hit Damon Wong. And a missed interception there, I think, for the Titans on that particular play. Yeah, so we do have to manage the workers and the leaf blowers as they clean up the stadium ready for next week's Speedway event. But here is the Crows making a nice pass that was definitely drawn up that way with a little tip onto the receiver behind him. Sometimes the ball just needs to drop your way, and that's what happened for the Crows there. they definitely won't complain about it. As I believe we go into a third down play. So snap is made, 2 QB option, but Phil Shanahan has the window there early past the halfway line. So the Crows continue this drive with a first down. So looks like we are about 3 yards into that half. So we're first and 22. Good opportunity for the Crows here as they are into the Titans half now. So again, flat formation from the defense. We see a 2 QB. And the quarterback running around, avoiding the blitzer, finding a bit of space open. Definitely gets it into the space the receiver was running to, but just slightly overthrown. So now we go into a second down. I was on delay. Can hear myself in the control room now. It's the what? Right, okay. Just gone. Yeah. So we'll keep you updated with the Manchester Titans at Nottingham Caesars as well, if there's any score updates there as that happens. We see a little trips formation, a bunch, I should say, more than a trips formation, out on the right-hand side as the Crows start that. Just isn't able to keep his feet in and make that catch. So we have 2 officials on the sideline saying out of bounds. So that's fairly conclusive, giving us now a third down opportunity. So score update, Manchester Titans have 15, Nottingham Caesars have 0. So here we go, third down. Spread formation. So they're going to need a bit of a chunk now, the Crows, to give themselves a manageable scenario. And it's deep pass that is not able to make that connection on. So now we have a 4th down and 22 going into this next play. Okay, here we go, 4th down. Big play for the Crows, as they are only behind 1 point, though, and we are still in the first half. But getting the lead, always a positive thing. So let's see how they manage this play as they go into the trips tight on the right-hand side and buys a little bit of time, a little bit of movement, a little bit of jockeying in the end zone there, and ball batted down to give the Titans offense the ball with a 1-point lead. Okay. And apparently there's a pick 6 from FJ of the Titans to give them a 22-0 lead in the adult contact game. As we have first down for Titans flag. Snap made. Some shorter routes there on the left-hand side. Flooding that area. Make the catch. Gain about 4 yards. Keep the ball moving. Can't go broke making a profit. But you can be short of the goal line. So here we go, second down. And it's a side snap, quick pitch. Gain a nice chunk of yards there, about 7 yards. So now we go into a third down and 8 yard to the halfway line. Snap made as we have a couple of underneath routes developing deeper, slightly overthrown his James Wedge overthrows Luke Sweeney in the slot there. So it gives us a 4th down play now. So 4th down and 8. A little bit longer than they probably wanted on this play. So we'll see how they attack the halfway line here. I know I've seen a long pass on a 4th down. So let's see how they read this play as it develops. We're very much Crows defense on the halfway line, protecting that halfway line and making that catch on a comeback on the far side. Excellent work there, Ollie Paver, getting us, the Titans, that 1st down in the Crows half, but 1st and long. But still with the ball in possession. So basically, you know, I've been flying the drone on a pre-recorded path every day. Okay, Titans setting up now on this 1st down in the Crows half. James Wedge comes under centre, expects something quick to happen as he gets the slot. Luke Sweeney on the wheel. Tackle made there, number 21. So we now have a 2nd down. We are 7 yards in the half, giving us a 18 yards to the goal line. Keep forgetting about that 5. So here we go, 2nd down. Spread formation. Crows appear very deep at the minute. Must be a timeout. So getting set up after this timeout into that flat formation from the defense and attacking deep down the middle with short hooks on the side, but making that catch. 3rd down and 12 now to get that score. Okay, so coming in for a 3rd down. Looks like we've had a 2nd timeout now. My guess is that the Crows have taken their 2 timeouts, and we are very much in the 2-minute warning. Timeout has been taken by the Crows this time. So who knows who has what in terms of timeouts. Still 3rd down. And about 12 yards. We have a 13-12 game still. Scoreboard on the screen for you there. So coming out of that timeout now, both teams getting set. Coming out in that spread formation that we usually see from offenses, going into a shell, cover 2 shell by the defense, looking to protect that end zone with what is quite clearly not a lot of time left in the half, but deep pass to the back of the end zone is long, and people are moving away, which makes me think that that was the I don't know what that is, but the offense have left the field. Very much looks like halftime, so I'm going to call it a halftime. We'll pick back up in a couple of minutes. Okay, we are starting the second half now. Crows start on offense, Titans on defense. Still have that flat defense from the Titans that we've seen for most of the day. And the Crows look to be setting up in a kind of bunch formation. So snap goes off. And we now have a second down. Yeah, there was, so just asking about the score there. Yeah, it was still 13-12. There was no scores towards the end of the game. It looks like the Titans ran out of time as they were trying to score on the last play there. Still had another down, but time defeated them at the end of the first half. But here we go, second down for the Crows. Second half, run pass option now available, and takes that option, but Simon Howard blitzing and reads the run, tracks him down, and gets a TFL, tackle for loss there for Simon. So good work there, chasing that down, and we now have third down on this first drive for the Crows offense. So setting up here, third down, back into that spread, dropping to QB, so tracking that and put some pressure on. They do a switch around in the offensive backfield, but switched very well there with James and Simon, and a pass short of the first down, just trying to lead the receiver away from the defenders, goes incomplete, and we now have a fourth down. So Titans looking to get that turnover on downs on that first drive, while still having that 1 point lead. Okay, play clock is running down. Yeah, the time call from Andrew Gibson there as the head ref. Snap is made. Looks like 2 QB again. Pass does not go to the second guy, but he's short of the first down. And Dion Lancashire comes in, makes the tackle, giving turnover on downs. Titans first down, first offensive drive of the second half of this game. So about 17 and a half minutes, so 2.5 minutes on that drive for the Crows. We get set up for Titans offense to attempt a score. We have Crows in a flat defense, one high. Would expect a third down there, and kind of saw that a little bit, giving that space underneath for the hooks. Caught there by George Slade, giving us a second down on the 12-yard line. So 12 yards, 13 yards to get the first down. So second down, here we go. Snap is made. Very deep roots on this one, and lets him go deep on that particular play. So he has loads of space, giving Titans a first down within the 10-yard line. So we're now at the 12-yard line. The 7-yard line. Red cones are 5, yellow cones are 10. 7-yard line going in. Titans attempting to score again. Would be their third score this game. So here we go. First down, 7 yards, bunch formation. Everyone's very tight in the middle of the field, and we'll see some spreading out happening. And ball goes over the top. Could have been intercepted. Attempts the pass breakup. Ends up going straight into George Slade's chest. So Titans get the score. So 19-12 in the second half. We look to be attempting 1 point for this extra point attempt. So back into that spread formation, spreading out the defense again as well. And look them attacking the end zone, and attempt to go to the same corner, but well read there. Number 22, I believe John Hanscombe, breaks up that pass there, keeping it as a 19-12 score. 15 minutes to play in this second half. Timings are rough and off my watch over the officials. But here we go. Crows' second offensive drive in this second half of the Manchester Derby. Take two. They played 2 weeks ago. Titans came away with the win in that game. As there's quick pass, quick tackle made. Just try and find out what the score was and get thrown a load of tabs. But yes, last time it was Titans 38, Crows 12, and we are currently at a 19-12 game here. We are playing second down, 11-yard line, fake the run, attempted the pass, gets the blitzer to bite, and very, very close to making that catch and having a good chunk of yards. Very tight to the sideline, ends up dropping the pass. Gives us a third down now for the Crows. So here we go. Third down play, spread formation for the offense. Still that kind of flat look for the Titans defense. And some shorter routes, crosses in the middle, attack the outside, and looks very much like a I'm going to run through you kind of play, which is contact and illegal in flag. So if it is an illegal contact, we're going to go back to the previous spot. We'll have a half distance. We'll have a loss of down. And the Crows will be playing potentially a fourth down at the 5.5 yard line. Apparently there's a lot of conversation here. The only question I think we might be having is this worthy of an ejection? Because it was, from my perspective, very clear that he ran into someone. Okay. So that looks like they've talked about the contact and are doing the loss of down half distance as previously mentioned. And he's measuring out the steps rather than taking them back to the goal line. And we arrive at the 5.5 yard line. My timings will probably be out now because I don't know if the clock was stopped or not. So now we've got fourth down, 5.5 yard line going to halfway. So here we go. 4th and 19.5 yards. I don't think there'll be a lot of plays in anyone's playbook for this scenario. There could be a 2 QB run option, which there is. So defender coming down to check that. Tackle missed and tackle made there by Dave Barnett. So we have turnover and downs. So we now have a Crows first down. My clock says 11 minutes, but we probably had about a minute worth of stoppage for that discussion around the contact. So here we go. First down Titans in the second half. Okay. Usual formations that we have seen from both sides, and attacking deep and underthrown, and ball is dropped. Crows will not like to see that. Would definitely want to see that catch to give them a chance to even up the scores. But we now have Titans second down. So here we go. Tighter formation. So double slot and second down. No gain on the last play. Nice stretching catch there by Ollie Paver. Tackle made by Kieran Lawler. And we go into a third down play. So 9 yards. Third down, 9 yards to keep the drive going. Into that tighter double slot formation again from the Titans offense. Seeing that kind of flat formation from the Crows defense. Snap goes. We have some deep routes and the center whipping across the middle. We have contact on the offense there for the Titans. So we're going to be pushed back again 10 yards, loss of down. Don't know what the discussion's about. Let's just give an opinion and crack on. And while we have this break in play, a reminder that the Manchester Titans contact 22-0 against Nottingham Caesars contact. I don't know what the call is here. It looks like it was against the defense, which is a surprise to me. I'm just going to stop this clock now and start it again when we re-go. I don't know where he's going. Looks like he's done about 14 yards there. Oh, he's gone from the end of the run. Got thrown by the fact it was called on the defense. Anyway, Titans first down. Yay! Let's go from there. What's that, sorry? Lots of talk. Everyone loves a good conversation. Nobody wants to see any flag played. Thank you for joining us for Ref Discussion version 2. Oh, we might get some flag football. There's a whistle. First down, Titans. And I will start my clock now, which will be very wrong because I think, oh, excellent concentration there. Tips the ball, turns round, makes the catch. Good job there, Ollie Paver. As we now have a second down, Titans. So here we go. Second down, Titans. 2 in the backfield, giving 2 QB vibes by the Titans. And it's faked. There is no run option at the minute, but now there is. And there's a lot of space in front of Luke, but he's going to run around, avoid the blitzer. He's going to see that there's still someone in front of him, tries to get a little bit of space and finds the sideline there, where we do have a flag on the play. So let's see what they've seen on this play. It's at the line of scrimmage, so it could be anything that's happened at the line of scrimmage, really, because I didn't see specifically what happened there. I saw the 2 QB action and got very excited and watched that. We got flag guarding. Flag guarding. So we're going third down. I don't know what that penalty was. It was declined. They've moved towards the Crows' goal line. No, third down was the call when he said that. So they've gone to the end of the run. They give a flag guarding signal, which is really hard for a defense to do. We will live in mystery, and we go back into a strong left side 2QB formation. Third down was declared before. Catch, fake the pass, or the handoff, I should say, and deep into the back of the end zone. Sack was not called, ball was away, and someone's putting their hands up, even though the ball bounced off everyone and ran away. So we're now going fourth down. 4th and goal. So Titans last chance to extend the lead on this drive if we are penalty free. So tight formation, front pylon, excellent break up there, John Hanscombe, and Crows now have the ball with an opportunity to tie this game up or take the lead if they score 8 points. My clock says 5 minutes. I do not believe that is correct. But we do have a 19-12 game. Titans have the lead. For the neutral in us, a 1-score game is exactly what we want to see. Good, tough battle. So here we go, Crows, first down snap. And we have a couple of hooks, some extra hooks in the middle. So let's call it all hooks. We have a catch there by David Adebo, bringing us up second down. So here we go, spread formation, maybe double slot. But we've got a couple of short routes and a couple of deep, and tackle made gives us third down and short to the halfway line. All right, third down play. 3-ish yards to the halfway to extend the drive. Crows get set up in spread formation. Titans still in that flat formation. Snap goes, couple of shorter routes, quick over the halfway and out, so about 5-ish yards. Catch is made, giving first down to the Crows. So here we go. Crows first down. They want to get a score to even it up or take the lead. They go trips to the right-hand side. Giving a different look now, and it looks like a fake run. And we have a catch. So avoids the sack, gets the ball to the sideline, 1 foot in. Catch there, Philip Shanahan from Luca Federica. Second down. We are 12 yards away from the goal line. So good position for the Crows on this drive. Spread to the left. Double slot. Still looks flat from the Titans defense. And then we have a wide open guy at the front of the end zone and broken up by Ian Scullion. I reckon Victor Jimenez will have got there as well. Kind of lost his player a little bit on that play, but was able to make it up with the pressure from the blitzer there of Simon Howard. So we now have a third down, 12 yards from the goal line. So into that spread formation now. And we have over the top Victor knowing the position, hopefully there, of where the back line was and playing that nicely to get an incomplete pass. We now play fourth down. So fourth down play, 12 yards out. Titans defend the goal line. Blitz brings the pressure. Some crossing routes at the front of the goal line and sack. Simon Howard giving us turnover on downs. Manchester Titans offense. So Titans want to extend the lead now to a 2-score lead, as it is currently only a 7-point game. So Titans offense with the ball. Must be getting close to 2 minutes. So snap, shorter routes there, little outs with some deeper routes. So kind of like a chair. And we go to second down. Down is 2. So just looking for a nice steady drive here. Keep the ball in the hands, keep the clock running. Get close to the end zone. 2 QB attempt and nearly gets it all, but he's overthrowing his receiver there, George Slade. And we now have third down. Haven't heard a 2-minute warning yet. Playing third down. So here we go. Third down, 12 yards from halfway, maybe 13. Looking to get the ball out quickly, make that slant. Very floppy from the defender. Let's see what is called on this one. We have seen the offensive player going through the defender in that scenario. So we'll see what the call is. Titans are moving back now. Very much contact, half distance, fourth down. So we're probably at the 6-ish yard line, something like that. So fourth down, very long. So 7 yards, 18. So 4th and 18. Big one to convert. You've got that maybe 1 or 2 plays in the playbook. Let's see how they manage this scenario. We've got 2 blitzers expecting a 2 QB, which it is. So the 2 QB now becomes harder, and the ball goes up there and is intercepted, and he steps out of bounds. But no one has called it out of bounds except the official on the far sideline. So good eyes there. And he's seen the mark where it's gone out of bounds on this near sideline. So Crows now have a first and 2 yards longer than they would expect, but did not concede the score, which is definitely their goal on that last drive. 19-12 is the score. I think we may have had a 2-minute warning. Did we hear that? Oh. So here we go. First down, Crows. Quick pitch. Tackle made. Looks like 2 yards, 4 yards from where they started. So now have second down. And while we... Oh, 2-minute warning. There we go. We've got it. We've got it. So, Titans contact team score a field goal, get 25 points on the board total against Nottingham Caesars, who are yet to score. And second down, Crows on this potential game-tying drive. And deep pass is completed. So excellent field position now for the Crows on a first down, giving them a good chance to tie this game up. 8 points will give them the lead. 7 points will give them a tie. Still some work to do, but giving them ourselves a great chance to do it. We've had 2 minutes. We go into a trips formation on offense for the Crows. We have the Titans in a flat, tighter formation. And it just is a run play to that front pylon. And the Crows score. 1 point game. Big decision here. They are going for two. They want to take the lead. Go big or go home. I always would want to take the lead given this opportunity. And it's 2 QB. So now has all the time he needs. So opening up in the back pylon, and we have an incomplete pass at the minute with some flags. So let's see what the call is. By rule, there shouldn't be any penalty on this play because the defender was in a position to make a play. Contact can be incidental. Let's see what is enforced. So it looks like contact was called on both players, or two different players, one on offense and one on defense. So we are replaying the extra point, I believe. Replaying the extra point. Crows want this score to take the lead. Titans want to break this pass up to keep the lead. So 2 QB. They do have run pass option already. And misses his player. So we now have a 1 point lead still for the Titans. As one of the players comes running onto the field to have a conversation with the official, which looks like unsportsmanlike conduct, but no flags have been thrown. So here we go. First down Titans, under 2 minutes, and we just want the clock to run. Run the clock. So expect quick passes, quick pitches, and we see a handoff there. Tackle made, but clock is running. Down is 2. definitely a timeout signal there, I believe, which would make me think the Crows have taken it so that they can have some clock and get the stop. Okay, we look like we are coming out of the timeout now. We are second down. The clock is somewhere under 2 minutes. Probably under a minute at best guess. Did we have impeding the blitzer? There is no call. But the clock is running. Third down. Talking to the blitzer now there, head official. Timeout somewhere has been taken before we have this third down play. So, third down, Titans. Run the clock, get a first down, hopefully victory formation for the game. What have we got? A pass into double coverage in front of the receiver, stopping the clock and giving us a fourth down. Titans very lucky to come away with the ball still there for that play. Saw some clock winding signals there, but incomplete pass under 2 minutes should have the clock stopped. Time is running out for the Titans offense. Snapped to QB and miscommunication from receiver and quarterback there. George Slade and James Wedge. Looks like he just wanted him to hook up, get the first down. Now we have a first down Crows with an opportunity to take the win. Not long left. If we hear a time, we'll try and get it to you. But wind blowers are loud. Or leaf blowers, I should say, not wind blowers. So I do believe we are well under a minute now, though. And we've had 2 timeouts on the last drive. My best guess is that the Crows took those, and we have no tackle made, so clock stops. Exactly what they want. And by they, the Crows. So here we go. Second down. We are 13 yards into Crows territory. Gives us 12-ish yards for the first down. Down is 2. Snapped. Shorter routes. Lots of space where that ball was placed. A little bit of a distance away from the receiver. Didn't see it coming in. So we now have a third down. Oh, it looked like there was a tip there from the blitzer. So excellent work there. Putting the pressure on. Causing the incompletion. So here we go. Third down. Attacking the halfway line there and hits him. That's the receiver for the Crows. Potentially tipped from the corner there. And we get an incompletion. This gives us fourth down. This conversion to first down is important if the Crows want to take the lead on this drive. I believe time is, let's say, of the essence for now. We've definitely had 2 minutes. We've had some timeouts. And here is the fourth down snap. Protect halfway, 2 QB. Another guy in the backfield with the motion. And lots of pressure. And looks like he falls over. Dion makes the interception. Tackle made there. So we now have a Titans first down at the 5-yard line. And that looks to be game. Game completed. Titans 19, Crows 18. The Titans have 2 wins in Manchester derbies this year. Manchester is blue. We will take a break now as we get set up for the next game, which will be the Crows versus the Hornets. So it is. Okay, so as we get ready for the next game, we've been joined by a couple of our Titans stars, James Wedge and George Slade. We'll just ask them a few questions about how they felt the game went. So if we start with yourself, James, what were your thoughts on the game you just played?
Well, good to be here, Rick, first of all. Yeah, tense game, that one. Very different to how it was 2 weeks ago where we won very comfortably. They were more prepared on defense. They knew a lot of the flood plays, I'd say, that were coming, having scouted us probably quite well comparatively to last game day. So well done to their defense for really kind of making it more difficult on our offense. And then from our point of view, some execution issues. For myself, wasn't throwing the ball as well as I would like. Then a couple of silly penalties at times that kind of cost us. But then our defense really stepped up, especially in that second half, making sure that we came away with the win, especially some fantastic pass breakups, some good blitzing by Simon on some of the dual QB plays late in the game. And, great refereeing on the call on the back of the end zone where the guy came back out, went out the back of the end zone and came back in on the contact penalty, which was therefore offsetting penalties due to the illegal touching. Most reffing crews wouldn't probably have picked up on that. So good job from the Hornets for good reffing job on that. Lots to work on from our point of view. We look forward to a tougher game next against the current national champions.
Yeah. And anything from yourself, George?
I think James touched on it pretty well there. Obviously, it's now 27 degrees, whereas the last time we played them 2 weeks ago, I think it was raining, wet, and maybe about 14. So massive 180 in the British summertime. I think their defense was really bolstered by the return of their star safety, Kieran Lawler. He obviously got an interception in the second half. He runs that back end a lot better than what we saw in the first game day. And just like Wedge said, they're just smothering a lot of things we like to do. We made a few mistakes, offensive penalties and flag kill drives. But yeah, it is incredibly hot out there. You may have seen a few wobbly balls thrown by the Titans quarterback, but that's purely because his hand is sweaty and not any ability whatsoever.
It is very sweaty, and I entirely blame that. Just to echo what George said as well, Kieran, number 16, did have a very good game. Where in their defense, they're running what we kind of call arena coverage. So it's a lot of, for contact fans, would be a single high, kind of like cover 3 with channels on the outside. And as a result, he can get side to side and cover more of that middle of the field than the guy they had last week. And also he's not kind of making as many mistakes crashing down onto some of the deep digs underneath. So he's really protecting their back end. And he's even got the athleticism when the outside guys are beaten on goes when really they shouldn't be in their cover 3 to actually make pass breakups deep down the field. So he was a massive improvement for them. They've also changed from their lineup from last game day as well, was number 22, John Hanscom, who's been playing for them for a number of years, and he tightened up that their left side of the defense kind of outlined against our single receiver on the right, and he again had a good game. So well done to them for firming up.
So it looked like you had a final drive there as well, with the clock on your side, with the opportunity to take the first down. What was kind of the thought process going into that final drive, and how you wanted to kind of do that?
So we came out knowing that they had 2 timeouts. So the first 2 plays, just short little handoff, dump offs, just to get the clock moving. Those 2 don't really care about the yardage. You want to get rid of their timeouts. And then third and fourth down, obviously have about a minute left. Ideally, you get the first down. If not, you want a completion on third down just to keep the clock churning. From my point of view, having run the route that was wide open, I think we could have taken a 4-yard pass rather than a 0-yard sack, but quarterback makes that decision. As long as the clock moves, it's not really a bad thing in that position.
Yeah, I hurried through my reads on that one. Went first and second and didn't feel it was open enough. which George obviously as a receiver would disagree with. But the third guy was open. I didn't get onto the third read quick enough. So yeah, that was on me. And then it was communication errors on the fourth play. We had called comebacks, but had a check on it to do a go on the outside.
Let's not give away all the secrets. Obviously, on fourth and long to the half, you know the defense is going to sit on the pylons, the halfway line. Middle is going to be covered on the halfway line. So some form of double move. Unfortunately, the communication in the huddle for the play call wasn't there. And we ended up being half of us running one thing, half of us running another. Incomplete pass. So it's very warm out there, and when you're trying to go fast, when you're in pressure situations, things have to be timed up, and we just missed that off a little bit.
Yeah, we ran to the line and snapped it with 1 second left on the play clock, so it was a bit of a rush. Something for us to work on for the next game day or next game.
But you know what they say: they don't ask you how you win; they only ask that you win. And 1 point is 1 point. Hopefully, you're the one team that won by a point.
So going on to the next game, so we've got the national champions Hornets against the Manchester Crows, who finished second in the, the Northern Conference last year. They started really well this season with 3-0 on the first game day, beating Broncos, Aberdeen, and someone else. Can't remember. Edinburgh.
It was all Scottish teams, wasn't it?
Then they had a poor second game day where they got comfortably beaten by the Manchester Titans, and then
a heartbreaker, like tragic back and forward, like last second touchdowns.
Yeah, the Edinburgh game was probably one of the best games you'll see in BAFA this year for the scoreline. Anyway, they were.
The state of the gameplay was terrible because it was raining heavily.
It was in some ways a sloppy game, but they got the ball back with under a minute, drove onto the field and scored, and gave Edinburgh 17 seconds to somehow score, and they scored on one play on a go. So a thrilling end to the last 2 minutes, but unfortunately for them, that meant they went 0-2 on the game day, and now they've lost to the Titans again by a point. So they are now 3-3 for the season. Meanwhile, Hornets, the reigning national champions, for what I would say for them, would you say, George, a disappointing start to the season?
I reckon they came out being undefeated for 2 years and thought, let's definitely start 0-1 against Aberdeen.
So it's by design then, you think?
I think, yeah. I don't think you can go out there and say, let's stay undefeated for 3 years. I think something in your mindset says, let's lose a game, bring us back down to earth, and we'll start again. New year, new us.
I guess it's like the reverse of the Patriots a few years ago when they lost the last game of the season in the Super Bowl, wasn't it, George?
I'd say a few years ago, James, that was like 20 now. There are kids that were born that didn't see that, have grown up, voted, and seen, you know,
other
the world
other
go
Patriot
to
Super Bowls, yeah. It was one of my personal favourite Super Bowls, that, seeing the Patriots lose.
I thought you were an Eagles fan. How can you be supporting the Giants in the Super Bowl?
That's because, well, to be fair, I don't think I was watching football then, but I'm just trying to pull. Yeah. There's something to be said about wanting the Patriots to lose, isn't there? But yeah, from the Hornets' point of view, they are still probably the best team in the league. I'd say.
Oh, and we're underway. As we can see, one team is ready to go. The other team is dawdling. Maybe they didn't get the memo that's kicked off at 1:15.
So yeah, well.
So we just saw that. One team knows what they want to be doing. The other team's getting the calls in from the sideline. Sideline's a little bit late there. Referee signaled play to start, and play started.
So here you can see that on defense, the Crows are in that kind of single high coverage or arena. So you can see outside leverage on the two outside cornerbacks. That number 16, Kieran Lawler, showing in the middle of the field on the deep side. And Hornets run a lot of dual QB, as you'll see there, from Nicky Farrell, number 7, passing off to number 13. And they can do this all day, take small check downs, run dual QB, and they've run 2 plays, and they're already in an ideal down and distance for flag football.
Third and 3 to the half? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you want to be getting it from at least 8-9 yards on this play to make sure you've got an advantage when you get into the second half of the field. Their new recruit, number 14, Liam Harper, GB
where's he come
Blitz.
from?
He's come from the Manchester Crows.
So this would be his first game back against his old team. Wonder what emotions he's feeling today. I'm sure apart from uncomfortable heat stroke.
He's probably burning as well.
He's a very fair-skinned fellow, yeah.
So you could argue there that, I mean, they've got the first down. They've got 21 yards left to go. I'd have expected them to try and get more yards in that play, knowing they can convert on fourth. But that's a
was that like
great...
a 5-yard hook taking for 10 yards there?
Yeah,
that's an ideal first down play.
Yeah, it's a good job. And now they really do have the advantage. 2nd and 10 yards out. You'd expect a team of this caliber to be able to punch it in from here.
I'm going to put my bets on a 2 QB play here. There's going to be either a side snap or a jet sweep from the slot. Oh, we're going out in a bunch? Oh, that's fun.
It's one of the only teams in the league that really run a lot of bunch. It'll probably have a fake handoff. There you go, to the dual QB. And Nicky is one of the more athletic QBs in the league. He's deceptively quick when running the ball and has a good dip move. And I'd expect him to get more yards in there, to be honest.
So is that a side snap to the far slot receiver that went pitch back to the quarterback there? I didn't see that at all. There's a lot of the dark ball and the dark uniforms is really hard to track from all the way up here.
So Hornets come back out and spread right. Nicky in shotgun. And they've just run 4 hooks. And
he's incredibly tall, isn't he?
Very long arms of Liam Harper. Have they scored?
It's been, I believe
it looks like it's being given.
That's a touchdown.
Delay call by James on the sideline there. But we have a touchdown, 6-0 Hornets. They're going for the 1-point attempt. It's a common play they run in the red zone is simple hooks to goal line. And when you've got a man who is 6'4" or 5 and has very long arms, it's an excellent play call.
Yeah, I mean, he's just throwing that 9 feet in the air, and that is the Liam Harper danger zone.
And Cammy with the extra points, so they're now 7-0 up.
That's an ideal first drive. No incompletions. Chunk, 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 all the way down the field. 7 points to end it.
Very efficient. Not many go routes, conserving their energy in the heat. So Crows back the ball, see how they can respond. This year, they have Luca at quarterback. He stepped in at the end of last season when their long-time quarterback, Tao, left the team. He is a very mobile option. They will also run a dual QB, and that was to Damon, former Salford player. Luca, former contact player, used to play for Sheffield Hallam at university. He's primarily was a receiver until taking over as quarterback, and is a good dual threat weapon, as you saw there on the run. Good first play for the Crows.
Yeah, it gets them into a favourable position on 2nd down, doesn't it? So 2nd and 10 here. The whole playbook is open to you as a play caller. I reckon we're going to see some hooks. Oh, some form of chair, and that is an overthrow.
And
deep middle.
And so, yeah, I mean, as you would expect, that's good smarts from Max Valent, going out 1 yard short of halfway to make sure they've got 1st and 1 yard. That means they're likely to get a very good first down.
Not sure what the quarterback will see on that last play. Yeah, I think he's just airmailed that into the danger zone. Like, intermediate deep, when there's a safety hanging around, it's probably not where you want to be thrown as a quarterback wedge.
I mean, it looked like we did a bit of movement on that last play on defense. They were lining up in a cover 2 shell, and then you saw the GB safety, Ollie Dyer, drop down from the safety, crashing into the middle. It looked like a single high formation during the play.
Okay. And just there, we've had the 2 QB play covered incredibly well on the back end by the 3 deep guys, and they brought their strong safety down to cover the 2nd QB. Smart by the Hornets' 2nd QB option there, just dirtying it. No loss of down for an incomplete pass. So they're still in 2nd and, 1 to halfway?
And they're in trips formation.
How would you call that trips?
I do.
Okay, just you then. We've gone deep.
And that's a
great
pass breakup
pass
from John Hanscom, number 22. I don't know what Kieran Lawler's complaining about.
I think he wants him to tip it back whilst he's in the air with his bad arm and trying to put it back into play so Kieran can take that as an interception.
I think Kieran has been watching too much NFL and overrates the athleticism on the field right now. But I like the optimism.
I mean, the athleticism there to track the guy deep down the sideline, stay in phase with one arm, and then bat it away.
He is famous for his exceptionally large squat, is number 22 as well. So now, after having 2 shots deep in the favourable first down yardage, they've decided that they're going to take the first down now.
Just smart. Just stop. You don't want to get into 4th and short because then it's just more pressure. Keep it in third and short. Just get the first down.
Yeah,
Keep the ball moving.
Sensible football from Hornets, as you'd expect.
Oh, and we've got a running back in the backfield. It's a direct snap to the running back.
He can run.
Oh, he's gone for a wheel down the sideline. That's a catch and a touchdown.
13-0 Hornets. Cammy, number 85 with the score.
You'll be on names duty, please, Wedge, because as much as I know everyone, I'm just very scared of making a mistake.
Well, George, conveniently, we do have the roster sheet in front of us. So
Oh, what? You could have given it to me before I admitted my internal fears. All right, for the 1 XP. Oh, good pass breakup.
I think it's Bradley, number 26 there. Great job. So 13-0.
Yeah, it was a good break on the ball from the safety there.
Gives us a chance to introduce some of this Hornets defense, doesn't it, George?
I'll let you do that, considering it's your best power down there.
So number 81, Ollie Dyer, is at safety, and then we've got Max Valent, two of the three GB stars on that defense. Max Valent being number 25, is it, from here? And you've got David McAnally, former Titans player, number 20 on the far side of the field. Again, one of those three GB players on that defense.
Oh, that was a great little handoff. Yeah, good wiggle there. Freeze the blitzer, get around the side. What a first down play. 15 yards on that.
And they've got James Lightbody at blitz. Having played against him, he is a very large man. He takes away a lot of the middle of the field, which is a massive advantage in flag football.
Especially if your quarterback is a little bit shorter, like Luca is. He's probably 5'10", but on the height-wise, that's a little bit short for a quarterback, I think.
Yeah, so he won't be able to see anything in the middle of the field there, which is why you're probably going to see their game plan to attacking a lot of the outside, as well as their dual QB and handoff stuff.
Yeah, you got to freeze the blitzer somehow, either with side snaps, handoffs, multiple QBs in the backfield, and then, yeah, just targeting the outside channels, really, isn't it? Yeah. And you got a guy with that big of a frame, those bigger arms, very experienced. See his biceps glistening from up here. He's a very well put together man.
Then number 3 is a player I've not seen play before, called Leslie. Normally it's Callum Stepani playing out wide at cornerback for the Hornets, former GB Gold player from about 2 years ago. He's not here today. So number 3 is playing out wide for the vaunted Hornets defense.
Well, new face in the mix. See how he blends in. I don't think the first game day where we were at the same venue, the Hornets played at the same time as the Manchester Titans. So I'm not seeing any of them actually play yet this year. So this is a new introduction to me to number 3.
And then for Crows, so with the ball at the moment, it's their centre, Phil Shanahan. He loves running little shoots and outs. They run a lot of shoots in their offense, and he tends to get a fair few every game. And then number 8 is Damon. Number 5, I am unfamiliar with the name. Again, we will get a team sheet for him to update the listeners shortly.
Let's just take guesses at his name, shall we? We got binoculars up here. We must do. No, we don't. Okay. Been looked at by my support staff like I'm outrageous for saying that.
Really seeing how the sausage is made here. Yeah. So spread right offense. That shoot from Phil Shanahan, number 87. And 5. And that was the ball to Hughes, number 5. Just couldn't quite grow tall enough for Luca. Was almost a dangerous pass. So yeah, Anthony Hughes, number 5. Who was their last game day, and then they've got a new starter as well, who's playing wide right, who had that nice handoff run earlier in this drive.
88?
It is number 88, Reed.
He's got some really nice sunglasses on, so you can see no matter what. No excuses for the ball being in the air.
So yeah, Damon with the ball. So Luca can run here, remember. They've only sent one of Hornets, and so can Damon, number 80. And then Macca and James Lightbody on the tackle there.
It's a good defensive play there. Let him get out to the line of scrimmage and then break down on the tackle.
I think Reed was in the last year.
So yeah, 4th down, and in flag football, this is a long long yard
15
drill,
yards.
15 yards. You'd expect the defense to be able to stop this low percentage play.
I'm going to guess that someone's going to drop back as a second quarterback to give time for the receivers to get down to the end zone.
Yeah.
You're going to hit 2 crosses.
Yeah, like a clear out concept within the deep dig backside, something like that.
There's a second quarterback. You have the
There's the clear out.
Oh,
I mean, it was on there.
it was on. If that was thrown in bounds by a yard, I reckon it had a competition for the pylon there. But
that would have been a good competition in the back of the end zone. That with 2 physical players in Maxwell and Phil Shanahan. So Crows again couldn't match the Hornets. That leaves it 13-0 Hornets ball.
it is a really tough defense, the Hornets, when you get behind the chains. Incompletions when you need 3, 4, 5 yards, they just help. Like 4th and 15 is a hard down to get. And now this is a side snap and a second QB option, and that has gone deep. Oh, good grab. Good hands.
Good grab. I mean,
Number 2.
you could argue that it would have been a touchdown if he'd led him on more, but
I was also saying bad callback play.
I'd have been happy with it anyway.
That was a 20-yard pass. That's the upper echelon of your range, isn't it, Wedge?
Now. What you might have noticed there from Hornets is that they've moved their outside receiver, Liam Harper, on that play back to centre, but it looks like it's just a one-off play. He's now back out wide with Cammy going back to
When you have like
Centre.
the quality of players that Hornets do, where guys can move around from centre to slot to out wide to running back to quarterback.
You jinxed that on that play though, George.
That was an intentional. He wants second down there.
Make it
That's
harder
big
for
brain.
him. It's too
Big
easy,
brain.
is it?
Yeah. Or maybe if they just kept one centre. No, having to know what formation guys are in, where the personnel is, it's hard for a defense. Oh, what a beautiful pass.
That is a lovely ball.
Gorgeous.
Great toe tap from Cammy. That's a really nice corner out. Great football from the Hornets there.
Yeah, so
Yeah, there's nothing Crows can do to stop that really.
So, in my experience, historically, the Hornets have always been a good defense. Like that's been the strength of their team. The last 2 years, their offense has been incredibly fun to watch.
Yeah,
They have really come on. They are, I'd say, probably the number 1 offense in the North. That's not really questionable.
Yeah, definitely number 1 in the North. Probably looking at maybe even number 2 or 3 in the country. Smoke would have a better offense, I would say, nationally.
It's tough. You got Cardiff, Reading.
Reading might put a claim in, but again, they have their moments. But then Hornets have lost a game this year, and it wasn't a high-scoring affair. I think from memory, it was like
It's like 13-12.
something like that. It was
close.
1 point low-scoring game, and that was on the offense. 21-20. I'm reliably informed.
Well, it's still a 1-point game.
So yeah, a 1 point game that was on the offense.
I'd blame the defense. They're giving up 3 touchdowns. Terrible.
And then again, that looks like a cover 2 shell with the safety dropping down. I would wonder whether number 3 Leslie should have dropped there. It looked like it was supposed to be an invert, but
I think it's probably just reading the guy in front of him.
yeah, he's
They're
seeing there's nothing
in some
coming
form
deep.
of, like zone read, aren't they? With the level of DBs they got on the back end, you got to do something to keep them from getting bored.
Oh, so we're informed that number 3, the new to flag player, Leslie, is a former GB contact player. So he comes in with some pedigree. Former Warriors player.
Yeah, so he's got that's some form of man match. That's gonna be a pick. Oh. I
I mean, if he had caught it, his foot was on the line there. He was already out of bounds, but David Adivo couldn't come down with that ball. Number 0, Manchester Titans
that's
running
a
back.
tight window to throw into. I would just say the DB's really squeezed him to the sideline.
Yeah,
There's nowhere to put that ball.
and it's good coverage.
Had the free safety roaming over for the underthrow, trying to pick it off.
But nice for him to stretch his legs, I guess, in this heat.
Yeah, just run wind sprints in 27-degree heat. I can't wait to do that again in a bit.
So let's see what Crows can do. It's spread left. The
Defense in a
receiver,
flat
David Adivo on the
alignment.
right.
That's tough to play against.
Looks like cover 2 coverage. The ball's been tipped and incomplete. So 4th down and relatively long, 12 yards from the half.
So I always find that a flat alignment from a defense, where they're all the DBs are either level or 1 yard behind the blitz, is really hard for an offense to go against because they don't give away anything pre-snap. Obviously, from there you can rotate into a 2 high, a 1 high, a 3 high, a man coverage look, whatever you want. But it just it takes away the easy pre-snap options for quarterbacks, for receivers. If you're good enough to run everything out of it. I think it's probably the best defensive alignment. And you see again, they're kind of in it. It's more of a too high. Oh, there's a. Oh, dear.
So it looks almost. I wonder if that was. Do you think it was man coverage, that, George? I couldn't see what was happening on the far side of the field.
There's a callback drop back, so that's why McNally came down. He stayed down for that.
Then the three have picked up the other three receivers. And again, Hornets get the stop. Is it
was
19 or 20 nil?
19.
19 nil. So just the 1 XP from the Hornets so far. No points from the Manchester Crows.
XP is overrated. Just score more touchdowns. They don't count for stats. Anyone who's like, oh, I caught loads of XPs, I'll go over it. It's uncomfortable on the fence. So we've got a new centre in there, Richie. And he's wiggled his way for 7 yards on a little shoot. So I reckon they're going to take this a little bit slower. They're going to take some chunk plays. Yeah. I think they're going to be pretty happy being 3 scores up. And I would be surprised if they throw a deep go on this.
And again, the Crows in the trips coverage are going to run basically 3 deep against this, like that, with the guy running over a channel on the outside.
Oh, look at the big brain on Liam.
And Hornets will know they're likely to be running a deep kind of zone on that sideline of the field and trips, so they know that they're going to have a comeback open there. And that's just where they wanted to be, just short of halfway with a 3rd and 1 yard.
It's just elite game management from the offense here. Like, they're all on the same page. They know what they want. They know they want to take it short of the half. It's lovely to see offenses when they work well. That 2-minute warning signaled in by the referees. A first down will stop the clock. There is a deep. There's a Liam Hart. Oh, that's a good defensive coverage.
Yeah, good coverage. He'll be annoyed that he hasn't come down with that ball, number 22, John.
Oh, he's claiming someone's pushed him in the back.
I didn't see it from here, did you, George?
I heard last game that happened a lot to the Crows DBs. I didn't see it myself. My arms were definitely nowhere near them.
It doesn't seem to be that breezy, so I'm not sure where they're feeling it from, but...
Okay, so now we're in 4th and 1. Under 2-minute warning, so it's probably about 1:54 left.
I wonder if they'll do a side snap or something here.
There you are, quick pitch, get the first down. That's going to stop the clock.
That is a very, very Hornets play.
That is a generous spot as well. I'd have moved it back a foot.
But yeah, it did look from here like it was a first down.
I would have called a first down, but the spot is incredibly generous.
As George says, every inch does count.
Okay, so now we're probably 1:49. Clock has stopped for the first down. The clock for completions inbounds, the clock will run. Incompletions or out of bounds, the clock will stop. Both teams have 2 timeouts. And that is just a play to get the... Oh, he's just keep going there. Go on. Little ballerina boy. Working his way 7 yards downfield. The clock is rolling.
From here, I mean, the Crows are... the game is already over 3 scores up. 3 scores up at the moment. So Crows need to be thinking about getting a stop and trying to get a score before half. If they were going to, really, they'll be starting to think about timeouts after this play.
Well, the Crows will get the ball after the half. So if they keep this scoreless, this drive anyway, and then get the ball first, they can claw back a little bit. The Hornets done a good job. Get the first down, roll some clock. So we're probably getting down to 1:05-ish. Go 2 QB. Now tackle and bounce, so the clock's going to roll again.
And the clock is still rolling. No timeout. Looks like it's been called.
So this is good game management. They're going to take this clock down to probably about 40 seconds, 30 seconds before the next play.
And then they'll probably try and get half that distance to the goal line on the 3rd down and then score on the 4th down, I would have thought, George.
Yeah, 15 yards out. I'd probably a slant or a hook, something across the middle.
I do like all hooks to Hornets.
Oh, who doesn't love a hook? Famous flag play.
So
QB again.
Play again. Make sure it's completion. Make sure the clock's running. It's just good smart football, that.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good tackle. It's been a tackle. Oh, no. There is a tackle. He's on the floor. He's got a flag in his hand.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's bad call there by Dion. He obviously missed the flag and gave prematurely a touchdown.
So the clock is still rolling, I believe.
No, the timeout signals from the sideline.
I've not seen anyone wave their arm, so we will assume there's a timeout because everyone's going very slowly. Yes, there's a ununiformed man on the pitch. It'll be a timeout then.
Yeah. So we've got timeout, 4th down, and they've got 5 yards to go. Let's see if they can take a 4-scored lead into the half.
Definitely the hardest area of the field to score in when you get into 4th and 6th. I think I'd rather be. Actually, I wouldn't. I was about to say I'd rather be in longer on 4th down, but that's only if you have the horses.
It'll be interesting to see what they come out here. Usually they're normally in spread and red zone, but they might be in bunch. I would have thought they'd probably run some form of cover 2 in the red zone. Would you, George?
They're more of a cover 3 team, I believe. They do like to, if they are in a cover 2, they like to invert and have someone go straight to the corners. They're a very aggressive pylon team, are the Crows.
And they'll use a safety to come up.
So
to come down for those front
looks
pylons.
like we are in a spread formation. Always a second window is what I see versus Crows. So a second in.
Unsurprisingly, I was going to go to the back pylon and was wide open if Nicky threw that early.
And that has yeeted out the back.
So you'll see that number 21 just sat on the front pylon there and Liam ran past. If Nicky was reading that, would have had a nice high-low on him and had a touchdown to the back. But Crows have got the stop. So
that's ideal for Crows. Now, if they don't turn this ball over, I mean, they've probably got 30 seconds maybe. Not long left in the half. I would play safe.
They probably at least have one timeout, do you think?
They've got one timeout, yeah. I think you just play safe here. Go to half-time. You get the ball to start the second half. Have that drive. You don't want any mistakes here. You don't want to be in more of a mess than you already are.
And Hornets will want to stop them going out of bounds. They've got 2 corners on the outside, running cover 2 formation.
Oh. So he's stopping the clock there. He's made himself 3 yards.
In probably about 3-4 seconds. So not the most efficient play, but it's definitely better than no yards.
Someone's tracking stats somewhere, aren't they? He's been very happy with that 3 yards on his total for the day.
I do know that Phil does go through the whole game film and they do count yards inside their club. So
well, it's very nice that they've got the stream then, because there's a guy down there with a GoPro and a camera, and that must be awful to have to count stats for. So there's a potential run from the second quarterback. Oh, he's going to cross field. Good pass breakup.
That'd be a fantastic pick if he caught that. But yeah, great coverage from a blitz. It's hard turning up the field.
Back around, yeah.
So he's done really well there.
He's tried to call something like offensive pass interference. I don't think you're ever getting that call. Pretty much ever. Yeah, I think you're better off asking for new gloves because that's in both hands.
I wouldn't have called that a flag. So yeah, again, cover 2 shell from the Hornets, spread right for the Crows. They've got a shoot from Phil Shanahan again on the left side.
Oh, what a read! What a pick!
Yeah, great safety play. That is
just
completely undercut the route. Watched the quarterback's eyes all the way and ran it in for a pick 6. And now Crows have a big hole to try and climb out of.
So this is why I would have played safe. I don't think there was time to push downfield and score. I would just have taken the half and started, like I've said. Throwing a pick 6 is not great for morale, but that was a fantastic defensive play. You can see them sitting off nice and soft, 10, 12 yards downfield, and just the break on the ball was elite. Yeah. That was a fantastic play by Ollie Dyer there.
And it looks like Hornets to come out in that bunch formation I mentioned earlier.
They're going for 2 XP here.
You'd expect to corner to one of the back pylons.
Oh, just the front line in. Nice.
That's too easy, really, that.
You can't give guys the goal line to run ins on, especially on 2 XPs. You know where they want to go. You got to take away the easy read first, which is the goal line. So make them throw a harder pass over the top.
It's 27-0 now. It's a long way back for Crows.
They're signaling they want to kneel out this drive, so they'll just roll the clock down to halftime. And the halftime score is 27-0. Good for point differential, if anyone's interested. It's net points conceded per game is a tiebreaker, not points scored, not point differential. It's just points conceded. So at this point, for Crows, not ideal. Maybe the Hornets be nice and stop laying it on, but I don't see that happening.
They have scored 34 and 33 points earlier in this season, so they are capable of getting a few more, but it's going to be very tough against this defense. Let's see if they make any adjustments in the second half.
Okay, coming out the second half. Crows ball. Crows down 27-0? Question mark?
That is correct, George.
Look at me go. I can remember the score that I just said 2 minutes ago.
I can't see any changes on offense or defense. Looks like the same formation. Again, looks like
Under
Crows are
center,
under-
quick pitch.
Yeah, it's going to be
Put
some
money on it.
all-round-
Oh, it's a side snap, quick pitch. Look at that.
And Phil has dropped.
That's uncharacteristic. I think someone ran a wrong route there. I would say probably not the man who's been playing the game for many years and calls the plays in the offense. I'd blame the receiver.
Because they don't run a lot of under center plays, Crows, it's fairly obvious that they're going to be running some form of shoot one way, whether it's a side snap or under.
Some teams love 4 hooks on first down. Some teams love quick pitches. Crows are the latter there.
And Hornets just again looks like cover 2 shell, but it's invert on that side. And with Ollie coming down to make the tackle, or not make the tackle. Not what you'd expect from
anyone there.
from anyone, let alone a GB gold safety. But there is a flag down on the field.
I think there have been calls for holding, I've heard, from the sideline. We'll see what's going on.
Yeah.
The refs having a huddle. So the spots would be probably 3-4 yards short of halfway. If there's a penalty on the defense, it'll be added on.
After all that running in the heat, Phil's subbing out.
Smart. He's done a 22-yard twirl pirouette there, so he needs to take a break.
So I wonder who's going to be at centre. Looks like Damon's got the ball, so it might be Damon at centre, number 80. Oh no. Phil wants to come back in.
They've either declined it, so I assume it would be a holding on a first down penalty. Yeah. So it looks like they've declined the penalty. So they're taking second and short to halfway. Oh no, he's now enforcing it. There we are.
Fine. So, yeah.
If it's a holding, it's going to be a first down anyway.
So that's a 10-yard penalty tacked onto the end of the run.
So favourable position for the Crows. Great start to their second half.
So a tale of 2 quick pitches there. One incomplete on the line of scrimmage, and the other one gets him, 35 yards? I mean, you can't say fairer than that on a quick pitch.
Yeah. And their outside receiver Damon's now come onto centre, and David Adibo's come on left side of the field. Spread right formation, shotgun. Luca rolling right. And he's avoided the sack really well there.
And he's eating that deep. Go on. Oh!
I mean, it's well out the back, but
the throw let him out a little bit, but I feel like he could have done better. Could, not should. Tough play to make. On the camera, you can see the nice hard white line on the end of the end zone. That is a yard further back than the actual end zone, so it may be a little bit confusing for guys running across the field. Nice. First down play, take the shot. You never know. It's now second and goal from... How far are we?
22.
20?
no,
You're 17.
yards,
Yeah. So you're probably looking at something shortish here. I reckon a hook or a... Yeah, they won't side snap this way.
And the veteran Phil Shanahan back in, number 87 at centre, and shotgun spread right. Luca firing back hook to Phil. And 81 is definitely looking for the contact as he's turned into him, but
That's a bang play for me.
To me, that is in the process of making the catch. Contact rules in flag are...
There is no contact in flag. That is the rule.
They're dubious, nothing different to a call, but in the process of making the catch, as I would have ruled that I would have said no flag, and there's none on the field.
He can moan all he wants. That's his personality. Number 81 on the defense there. He loves a good moan.
I'm sure you'll hear about it at the barbecue later, George.
Don't put that outside.
So, ISO formation, Luca under centre. Is it going to be a little handoff underneath? Oh no, motion inside to bunch formation. Luca rolling right, throwing back to that little whip. And
that's a good play.
That's a fantastic job. And Leslie, new to flag, has missed the flag there.
I reckon if he had pads on, they would be sideways. There'd be a guy on the floor crying.
I think the ambulance might be on the field if that had happened. But,
but you need to get those flags on the hips, boys. That's a one-on-one tackle that guys need to be... Oh, no, it has been...
He got the flag pull
afterwards.
Flag pull as he broke the goal line.
Okay.
Oh, so
it is a touchdown. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so they've rescued themselves from a donut, which is always good. So as an offense, you never want to go off the field with no points.
Yeah, 1 XP attempt, 27-6 now, and they are in spread right shotgun. It looks
press
like
man on the outside.
Man coverage on the outside, but
probably a switch on the inside.
Probably a switches on the inside.
Yeah, just gone pure man. Ollie's got... Oh, that was bad on everyone's part there.
Yeah, sloppy football really. Bad coverage, bad drop there, but good ball from Luca.
What he'll say, number 81 on the defense, is that I let him do that. because with 20 points up, I let him. When we throw him the film later, people are like, oh, I wasn't trying. He just got beat with a very savvy corner route.
The Hornets ball, bunch formation, cover 3 from the... Oh, well, unless 21 blew the cover, and it was cover 2.
New blitzer in for Crows. Number 0, David Adebo.
And he's very quick as number 0, but certainly as a quarterback, I tend to think taller blitzers are more difficult to play against, and he is...
Not tall.
He's not tall.
If I was to describe him, tall would not be one of the many words. Yeah. Fast, quick, athletic, very nice personality, not tall.
But so the middle of the field is going to be open against this blitzer. Although he's not needed it there, shoot to the sideline, and from bunch formation, trips formation, he's got loads of yards.
So we're in 3rd and 8-ish to halfway. So I think we'll be seeing some rotation of guys on offense now. Probably to keep them fresh, knowing that they've got another game to play in half an hour.
Yeah, and they've got Liam back at centre. Flat formation from Crows on D. Cover 3.
Whoa, what a boy.
And they do usually have 22 crashing within their cover 3 formation, as he has done there.
So I'm going to bet that Cam... Oh, there we are. I'm supposed to say Cammy's going back to centre. So we're 4th and 4. I would shy away from all hooks.
Oh, no, we've got Kerrance at centre. So we've got their 4th centre of the day. Trips formation.
It must be nice.
And it's a wheeling up the sideline. And...
Is that like a crossing little mesh route in the middle?
Yeah, it's like a 5-in where he's just settled in the zone and sat, and he's caught the ball anyway. It's first down again for Hornets. 21 yards to the end zone, and the chains roll.
It's tough when you have a quarterback as good as Nicky Farrell, who throws a beautiful deep ball that you have to cover the deep routes, and then he's smart enough, athletic enough to come down, get the underneath zones read the coverage, and then he's always got that little hip motion as well to get away from blitzers. He does love a half roll there, gets him a different perspective on the defensive coverage.
And again, that bunch formation, the Crows are around the same coverage there. They're showing a cover 2 shell, but on one side they're running an invert, the safety crashing down, and actually it's a cover 3. So it seems to be their standard formation coverage against that bunch look.
So they're going into a spread now with Liam Harper back at centre. It's getting really annoying having to talk about all the different centres. Just have one person does it like everyone else.
Yeah, and you could see just before the snap there that Kerrance actually took a step back and wasn't quite on the line. So you could see it was
cheeky little pass, out of bounds though.
Oh, he stepped out.
Yeah, I saw that from up here. Great call by the referee.
Yeah.
He didn't believe he went out from his comment.
No one ever believes they step out of bounds.
And I'm not sure that's the exact words he used, but...
Are you saying that...
Yeah. Not before Watershed.
No, so they've ran that same play look earlier in this drive, the Liam Harper side snap. The first one, they just quick pitch to centre. This one, they take the second, third option, the original quarterback rolling out down the sideline on a wheel route. Beautiful little dime dropped over into the basket. Nice catch. Good yak. Shame about stepping out.
Trips coverage.
Good sack on that.
Yeah,
good sack.
Job, David. I take back my comment earlier, but we did say he was quick. And especially under centre, he's not going to have a lot of time there, Nick, and he's held onto the ball too long. But yeah, you can see on the touchdown, or the play before even, which was not a touchdown, and he stepped out of bounds 2 yards for, that the slot is dropping back. So it's a little tell that the Crows should be able to see, and the blitzer should be able to adjust quickly.
Well, we've had this penalty on Titans a few times, and this year and last year, where we're doing side snaps, and the guy who's not used to throwing the ball is stepping over the line of scrimmage. Obviously, that's an offensive penalty. You lose yardage, and you don't need that. So just being smart to step backwards.
Just not quite on the same page there. Nicky and Cammy are both shouting a lot at each other, and that is
turnover on downs.
Yeah, turnover on downs.
I blame the quarterback on that. The guy's uncovered in the back of the end zone. There's no one run 5 yards of him, and you're throwing a ball at knee height behind him.
I would say as quarterback, unless there must be some mitigation. I don't know what it is yet, but I think we should blame the receiver.
Was the sun in the quarterback's eyes? It's currently overhead, small shadow, so it can't be that. I reckon it'd be slippery ball. It's very warm out there.
Wind resistance? Could be a factor.
The flags are moving gently, so potentially.
So yeah, side snap.
Oh, we have a false start this side.
Ah.
Number 88.
But it's the same play we saw earlier.
10 minutes left, is that Rick?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's roughly 10 minutes left in the half. So the false start, half distance to goal. So it would be a 5-yard penalty normally, but obviously 5 yards out is only half distance. Some say the best time to take a penalty.
But yeah, it's the same play we've seen a few times. Side snap to centre, and you've got a pitch. Sorry, side snap to the slot, and then a pitch.
I don't think you can do that here.
No,
we have a
not
spread
now.
with a weak slot. Guy at the top's moved in from out wide.
And out
That's just-
again to
Ooh.
Phil Shanahan. Some coming together, but no flag on the field.
I reckon if
Rightly
3
so.
had fallen over, embellished a little bit. Still wouldn't have been a call, but really more fun to talk about, wouldn't it?
Can certainly see the difference in the filming. We've got a man with a GoPro down there on a handheld stick, and we're up in the studio. They could have just used this film.
Should we give him the link afterwards?
Yeah,
Be nice and polite,
would
wouldn't
be
it?
nice.
So we're second down here. Quick under, get some yak on it. Go on, go forward, north south. There you are. So where he caught the ball there, I think he gained about a yard forward and it went sideways 10.
Yeah.
Not ideal in the heat when you're starting to get tired. North south, boys, and preferably not through someone.
Yeah, we did see that in the last game, didn't we? Did see that in the last game. A charging call from number 0 of the Crows.
And also number someone on the Titans, 13 on Titans.
So again,
So you can't say no one gets calls. Oh, a cheeky pitch handoff.
I mean, it's a nice play, but I think if you had someone faster, for example, number 0 in a slot there, he might be able to get the edge on number 4, who's come across and managed to cover that well from blitz.
It depends if you can have a pass option off it. If you don't have to defend the pass, it makes the play a lot easier to defend. And unfortunately, in this country, as a whole, quarterbacks, not looking at the guy next to me, not the most athletic breed. Let alone finding a second quarterback.
Thank you for that, George.
No, I'm not saying that you're not athletic. I'm just saying that you are not athletic, yeah.
But you are right.
Yeah. I'm definitely not wrong anyway.
I don't know what's going on there. It looked like a blown coverage, and he's missed him.
I don't think anyone knew what they were doing. There are fingers being pointed on both sides.
It looked like wrong routes, players running into each other, blown coverage. That was Div 2 football all around there.
That's Brit
They
ball.
ran a similar play against the Titans, and they have that outside guy motioning, but the inside of the slot getting the pass, getting the side snap.
It seems weird. I assume they've got a handoff option on that. But you're just congesting the field.
Yeah, all hooks again from the Hornets. Richly from centre.
Yeah, drive starter. Just everyone run a hook, get 7 yards at least, or 5 yards, and then see what you get when you twirl down the field. Oh, the call from the field is 7 minutes left.
We're not far off that with that, but
Oh, look at us go. We're timing up here, and we're roughly on that as well.
it's the first half we've got right.
So yeah, looks like again.
So would you call this trips again?
I'd call that trips. It'll be cover
Yeah.
free coverage again. From,
Yeah, just take the dump off. He's going to stop short of the half because he's, look at that, good experience.
Yeah,
You don't need the yak.
He's not at any risk of committing a contact penalty if he just stops. So good job from Richie Moore, number 10.
Yep. Stop your feet, reach the ball out, and let him make a tackle.
And again, for the umpteenth time today, Hornets are in 3rd and short. Probably have a deep shot available if they want to get more yak, and then probably an intermediate and a short just
Who've
to
they
make sure
got
they get
there?
the first down.
So they look like they're going to be in a single ISO receiver one side, bunch on the inside. So I reckon Dr. Harper's got a...
A little hook.
Oh,
he
we're
got
going
slammed.
2 QB. And it's a run. Nice. Oh, what are we calling that? We got a flags on the field. That's going to be offensive contact.
I mean, he's definitely fallen, hasn't he, number 16?
There's a guy on the floor and a guy who's made contact. From this angle,
I think I probably would have called it, George.
would you have called it? The
It's
game's gone soft, Wedge. The game's gone soft.
He has definitely flopped and fallen.
So you'd say embellishment on that, but still contact.
I think it will be good to hear from is one of our refereeing experts, Rick McEwen. What is your thoughts on that play?
I think a lot of the conversations that we hear nowadays on the social media is all around about the flop and how you can judge it. For me, that one, the defender didn't kind of, or wasn't able to kind of predict the movement, which is why you kind of saw what you saw on that, and why that penalty's come out. So I think it's a bit of a movement away, the defender moving into that space, and that's where the calls come from.
So it's the receiver moving about, being able to see where he's going, so he can't avoid the contact. That's probably what's been called on there, hasn't it?
And spread formation, prevent coverage from the Crows. They've gone for the deep Liam Harper corner, and John has undercut it.
Great break up again.
Same
22's smothering 14 out there.
It's the same as he did to the first half. For a
What
man
he needs to
who's-
do is go put his arm down, call him short, flex on him.
I mean, he's giving up almost a foot on Liam there, but as I said, with his massive squat, he really can get up there in a jump.
He's not having to jump, he's just pace for pace, running down the field. And that is a fantastic defensive play.
I know from previous experience throwing interceptions to him where I've thought I've had him, that he is deceptively quick and good in the air, number 22. So great
So
job from him.
sneaky
He's having a good
athleticism
game.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a great word for it, George.
Well, I think it shouldn't be sneaky anymore. He's on the stream, he's made play after play. He's actually athletic.
Yeah, he's probably had the best game on the Crows defense, I would say. So back to the Crows offense after that 4 and out from Hornets. If they're going to do this, they need to score now. They need to go deep. We've got
You just want to see a drive where you get halfway and then you score.
yeah. So flat formation coverage there from Hornets with one of the safeties dropping in cover 3.
You had the blitz off center line, more over the slot, so he's coming down that way. So all they've done is side snap a pitch into the space that he's vacated. They've got 7 yards out of it, so good first play. We'll see what I anticipate more of a snap back to normal quarterback on this one. I don't think you keep doing short pitches.
No, time is not on their side. So you've got spread right again, quite a flat line from Hornets. It probably will be cover 3 again.
So now the quarterback is eligible to run, so he's going to come start. Oh, no. We'll just take that. Get another.
Oh, sneaky there from Phil. He is not hiding behind Damon's slim frame there.
Are you saying that you can see around Damien number 80?
I'm saying that 87 loves to hit the gym, and he is a girthy human.
Big shoulders, the shoulder the weight of managing that team of the Crows.
I know for a fact that if there was a trial by combat, Phil would nominate himself for that team.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of them are a little bit smaller.
We've got trips left formation
So we're
now.
third and short to half. In trips.
Cover 2 shell from the
There's
Hornets.
an under.
Oh, he's almost run over the line there. But great job getting his hands up from James Lightbody. He's not jumped there. He's just stayed patient in front of Luke. And with his wingspan, it's hard for Luke to throw
Tying down
around.
the field.
Yeah.
There's a conversation with the referees. The quarterback was very close to the line of scrimmage. In flag, any part your body goes over, it's a legal run.
4th down.
He is called the illegal run. So 5-yard penalty. Will stay 4th down.
Yep. So they still the down
So it's
counts.
suboptimal.
So yeah. 7 yards to go to the half. Sounds like it might be the 2-minute warning, was it?
Yeah.
Let a whistle down on the field. I'll have a chat about it. I mean, really, with 2 minutes left, 3 scores down, the game.
You
is
just want to
done.
get a score, don't you?
But yeah, you want a points difference or whatever they're calling
just
it
get the
these days.
first
Doesn't
down
matter.
here. If you get the first down, you can run another minute off the clock with your plays. It's just make the score line look better, feel better about your offense running it against the quality defense that you're facing, and just end on a high note. I don't think you want to not score here, let them score. I feel like sours the mood.
Should we talk about where this likely result now? I think we can say that the Hornets probably have won this.
that
Especially
should
with
be
that
cool,
turnover on down. Should have caught that. Where does it leave the Crows now, sitting at 3 and 4, George? What do you think?
Like you said, they had a really good start to the season and been on the slide since. They've played good teams though. Titans twice, now Hornets, and they got unlucky against Edinburgh. I think going into the next game day, they're playing more Scottish teams, Aberdeen and Broncos. I think they're one of the 2 games maybe next game day. And then it's the cross conference. I think they just need to try and stack wins there, maybe 1-1 at least. If they can go anything better than even, and then you just do your best in the cross conference.
I mean, I think the worry for them is they get dragged down into a fight with Aberdeen at the bottom of this league. I mean, it's still too early in the season to say who's going to be down there. Aberdeen, I believe, have only won the one game though. So they just need to make sure that when they play Aberdeen next, they make sure they win. They go 2-0 against Aberdeen on the season, and they don't any risk
the head-to-head
for
will matter there.
relegation.
If they go 2-0, at least they'll have the tiebreaker for that one. I assume net points conceded per game is the first one that's head-to-head. I don't know.
Is the first one,
Yeah. So this is probably not ideal if they concede another touchdown here. So it's just a very soft defense, make the Hornets drive, and then try and stop another 6 points going in the score sheet.
Yeah. And then for Hornets, obviously, this is what they would have expected: a professional, efficient offensive performance and a good defensive performance on the whole as well.
I mean, if you'd have taken the over-under of only one pointing and screaming between the Scottish QB and Scottish receivers, that's a win for them.
Yeah,
one miscommunication, that's it.
They are famous for their pointing and screaming. And again, it's
Just run
kind of
play.
like dual option QB stuff they do, the side
tackle.
snap with the little hand off to the sideline. Seen that now 3 times. Gives them the slot the option of running.
It's the clock management. Just get the clock running.
Yeah, you'll see
That way, if you don't get this first down, the other team doesn't have the time.
Yeah, completions, keep the ball off the floor, keep the ball in bounds, and this puts Hornets nicely on top of the Northern National Division. They will expect now to definitely be going off to playoffs, and hope for a high seed. So you'll see there that Nicky didn't need to could have been able to get away from that sack or throw the ball, but he knows that an incompletion at this point when he's running the clock is worse than taking the sack. So he's just let the sack happen, let the clock run. The game's
Fight
nearly
another
done.
day. Another down.
So yeah, it's about 50 seconds left and running.
So it'd be really nice if they get the first down here and we can see a little 45-second foreplay special. Go off the pitch, across the middle. Oh, that's a catch. Nice.
Yeah.
And tackle. So that's going to stop the clock with about 40 seconds to go.
And they should now be able to just kneel the game out.
I think they're going to get a score. I think now they've done that, they're going to get a score.
Yeah, they look like they're still calling players. Let's see what happens. But reminder that first down stops the clock, so...
No, the Hornets definitely have 2 timeouts. So they'll probably take... They don't really mind if the first one, second one's caught in bounds. Because they'll just take the first timeout, I think. So look at him go. Tackle.
They managed to... Those big Inspector Gadget arms managed to get down there and catch the ball. He dropped himself before pitching it. Good job, Liam Harper. All 6'5" of him, picking the ball up off his toes.
Yeah, so let the clock run there. So now they're 3rd and 17.
And we've got about 15 seconds-ish on the play clock here.
So whatever the end of this play is, they're probably going to take a timeout. There's a need to. He's out of bounds.
It's out of bounds. The clock stops. So they will have a shot into the end zone.
Oh,
no,
his
he's
clock's
saying clock's
running.
running, which probably means...
There's a timeout taken.
Yeah,
They should put those... Number 20 is the referee in white down there. Needs a better job of that, making sure the hand motion is correct.
They need to sort out this time situation because you've got someone running the clock, someone calling the timeout, someone saying the end of the game.
You've got Mickey Farrell, the quarterback for the Hornets, did call timeout as soon as he saw it was inbounds. So I assume they're going to be 1 play left, maybe.
I mean, he's not needs to play any superhero ball. Who's Nicky Farrell today? We've not seen him run the ball too much. He's had some nice throws, a lovely corner to the back right pile onto Cammy earlier. But on the whole, it's been dink and dunk down the field, very efficient offense. So we'll see what he does in the next game.
Hopefully throw 17 interceptions.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
No bias, obviously. But if he wants to just have a little sit-down tantrum, take the snap, just immediately take a knee. No yards for, no yards against.
So
Okay, so last play of the game.
Yeah, last play of the game. Looks like man coverage on the outside against number 13. And
Delayed
touchdown.
Yeah.
The XP will be done. It's none time down the XP. And I think that now makes it 33 points to 6 of the XP pending.
Oh, there's a little bit of push and shoving.
Oh, we like to see this. So
No, this is not what we like to see, Wedge. This is a
sorry.
family-friendly stream.
I think
we'll play the extra point now.
yeah, maybe it'll be waved off, but we'll see. Oh, Alan's marked the spot still. But yeah, number 0 and number 7 having a little of a argy-bargy there.
It's a hot day. Tempers are getting out of control. It's very warm out there. I know we keep saying it, but unless you stood out on the 3G, the heat radiates from the floor.
It's probably just frustrations. They've not had the best game of the Crows. It might have been an expected loss, but they just need to make sure they keep their heads. Probably frustration losing 4 in a row now.
I won't say things that I don't believe are true, but if defensive players are starting to take snaps. I would assume that's to give Nicky a call down the sideline to make sure he doesn't get any unsportsmanlike penalties.
He doesn't want to be ejected from the next game as much as we want him to be ejected from the next game.
No, that would be terrible for the viewers. It'd be like if Wedge would throw left-handed. That would be not suitable for work.
I don't think I can throw left-handed. I think it would
it'd be awful, wouldn't it?
That'd be 4 and out every single drive.
Okay, so we have David McAnally at quarterback. He's got an absolute rocket of an arm. You wait. There. Oh,
no, he's pump fake. Rolls right, throws into the end zone. Camry scores.
Cross.
Extra point is good. That is 34-6.
Good
Good night.
Okay, so we've had a couple of the Crows join us. So we've got Kieran Lawler and Oscar Vickers join us up in the commentary booth here. So if you just want to give us a little bit of a talk about how you felt the last couple of games went for you.
Go on, Oscar, you start, mate.
Yeah, so I think we took both teams to the end. I think you can obviously see the class of both teams when you're facing up against them. Obviously, Titans have got a very high-powered offense and a very disciplined defense. And again, Glasgow, they're not the champions for nothing. They played a brilliant game. For us, I think we did a lot of things right. Defense, I think, have been brilliant today as well. Offense, a few plays on each drive that maybe you want back, but I think over the course there's a lot to be positive about, and especially as well with some like last minute injuries and some shuffling about of people.
Yeah, definitely. I think especially that first Titans game, it tends to be the way we usually play each other, which is tight and close. I mean, the games a couple of years ago ended like 7-0, but then 38-31, and it's like we just seem to play really strange games. And it's never easy for either team, I don't think. I think it's one of them where you put your all into it, and it usually comes down to the final couple plays. Unfortunately, we was on the wrong end of it today, but it's always good-spirited, and it's always a good contest. Against Glasgow, I thought we maybe caught a bit on our heels to start with. I'd say we were a bit slow starting the game and went down by 2-3 scores early. And it's always a mountain to climb, especially against that offense who they can move the ball at will sometimes. And, you think you've got them locked in, and then Nicky's wheeling out, and they're just a really dynamic offense. It's hard to stop, really.
So obviously now, started the season really strong. So you've put yourself in a good position in terms of that strong start. What are your kind of thoughts now for the rest of the season? Because obviously you've got a game again against the Hornets coming up, but then you've got some teams that you have beaten already. So what's your thoughts, I guess, on the upcoming games?
I think the one thing is just there now, we played the Hornets, and it's kind of that second half, I thought we really grew into the game. I think we only conceded one on defense in the second half, which is against the national champions. You can never take that for granted. So I think if we can take that momentum into the trip to Scotland, and as you say, we've played both Grangemouth and Aberdeen previous in the season. I think it's about us getting back on the right track, and I think momentum is a massive thing. If we can start good on the day and kind of carry that through, I think we saw that in the first game day. Once that first game, we was on such a high, we just carried it through, and I think that's really important up in Scotland. Oscar?
Yeah, no, I echo much of what Kieran said. I think taking that momentum and trying to just sort of recenter and refocus, as we said, these are teams that we've played and we've beat, so we sort of have that footage to look back on and review what worked, what didn't work, and hopefully they'll be doing the same, obviously, but hopefully we can use that and pull some results out to kind of stabilise ourselves.
Yeah, I think the new national championship, like the way the National League's kind of working, there's just no easy games anymore. There's no games where you can play at 80%, 70%. Even then, you start some game days slow. In the past, that's been okay. But this time, if you start a game day slow, as we've just seen there, you're 21 points down within, so there's no margin for error. So, you got to play your best at all times. But I believe if we play our best, then we can consolidate our position in this league for hopefully next year as well.
Yeah, cool. Thank you very much. So it looks like we're going to start off this game with Titans on offense, Hornets on defense. I'm just going to let Kieran and Oscar say what they see and give us a bit of insight into what they're seeing out there and talking through the game. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much. do you want me to start on the commentary?
Yeah, you can be. I'll be the colour commentary.
Oh, you mean the? Oh, great! They'll make me the analyst. Mm-hmm. Brilliant. But no, we know what the Glasgow defense is all about, and we know what the Manchester offense is all about. Wedge is in the shotgun, and he takes a deep step. He's looking left. He's going to throw it just into the ground there.
Yeah, I think you can kind of see there the Glasgow's defense's ethos. James not going for the immediate flag pull there. He's trying to get in Wedge's face and make him throw a loopy pass. There's sort of two schools of blitzing. You can either be really fast and really get that sack early, or you can do what happened there where you just get in the face, get the ball in the air and try and make a play on defense.
Yeah, and we'll see if he can make a play here on second down as Wedge takes a snap. It's an out ball to the left, just a bit short for Slade. Tried to get down to pick it up off the turf, but you could see the old black speckles come up there.
Again, yeah, a lot of pressure in his face there. Third down now, deep in their own half, so looking to pick up a big chunk of yards to hopefully make that fourth down a bit more manageable.
Yeah, it's a long third from the 5-yard line here. And Wedge again in the shotgun. Gets the snap. And he's going over the middle. And again, it's just that. It's just a yard off, isn't it, in that first bit? It's just a yard too low. But they're in the right areas. Slade is, he's got that space that he always seems to find. But it's just a yard too short.
Yeah, and again, that 1-2 punch of the pressure. I think Wedge here maybe needs to look to try and roll away from that a little bit and get out the face of the blitz. But on a deep 4th down here, you can see Glasgow are just going to set up on the halfway line to make a stop. If the ball comes out short, just rally down and tackle.
Yeah, they'll back themselves to make it. We know the Glasgow defense is mainly made up of a lot of GB caliber players, but it's a deep ball over the middle. Slade up in Maka 1-on-1. Good play by Maka to back the ball away. Thoughts on the first drive?
Yeah, I think you can see the pressure there. I mean, as you said, a lot of GB talent on that Glasgow defense. But I think the Titans will come off. They'll take what worked. I think, as you said, they were a yard off on a few of those plays. So just make those adjustments and come back again.
Yeah, it's a slower start, but it's nothing to really get too down about.
No.
We'll see how the Glasgow offense plays. They have just played. Do you think that plays into a factor when you play back-to-back games? Obviously, we just play back-to-back games.
I think it does. I think that weather, as we see here, Glasgow going now from bunch, Nicky rolling out, a little shovel underneath to Liam, and they're just tackled around the 10-yard line. But coming back to that point, I think it does, especially in this heat. I think in colder games, you want to play back-to-back because you're then staying warm, you're staying loose, you're staying not stiff. But I think in these games, you kind of need, maybe just a little bit of time to get some water on, get some food on. As 2nd down comes up again, 2 in the backfield. Nicky here going deep over the middle towards Liam, but just comes up short again.
Seen that a couple of times earlier. I feel like both teams are still trying to find their rhythm to get this game started in terms of, you see, obviously, Wedge throwing a couple of balls a bit too short there. Nicky tried to find his range and he was just off. So it's a slow start by both sides.
Yeah, it is. But you can see that both teams are looking to be quite rangy. A lot of deep shots, but equally balanced and measured by those underneath balls. As we come in on 3rd down now, snap back to Nicky, coming outside, and again, incomplete. You can see that defenses on both sides are really not giving much space. They're very touch tight on the receivers. And as we bring up 4th down now, I think you're going to see Titans set up with that prevent defense on the halfway line here.
Yeah, and this is where I feel like Glasgow sometimes get really creative with the 2 QB plays and kind of you don't know where anyone's going to line up. They did that a lot in the past game when we played them. They're lining different people up at centre, they're lining different people up at slot. There's no real read on where anyone can line up. As we see, Kerrant's go into the backfield. We know what a threat he is as a 2 QB. He's going to go, but he's going to stay behind the line, trying to find an open receiver. He's going to go deep, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, very disciplined there from the Titans defense. Someone carrying Nicky up the field as he vacates, and then someone stepping down as well onto number 13 as he's coming up. So, yeah, another turnover on downs. No one yet picking up a 1st down. So a bit of a defensive masterclass going on here.
Yeah, definitely. And like we've just seen there with the Titans defense, no trying to pick the ball. Let's just get that ball in the ground and get the turnover on downs when it's 4th down. As we see Wedge in the shotgun, this is the 2nd drive for the Titans. Quick out to the centre. Bit of contact, but nothing really there.
No, yeah, and again, like both teams looking early at those little underneath routes. I think Wedge identifying that the middle of the field is quite congested, both with the tall blitzers of Glasgow, but also then just that ranginess of the safeties. So he's bringing the ball outside where he's got an easier read and he can see a bit more of the field.
Yeah, definitely. And that sometimes is a good way to get the drive started. Just kind of
just something short and simple.
If it's open, take it as Wedge again, wide left to number 13, and that's a tackle by Ollie Dyer.
Yeah, I think now establishing a bit of a rhythm, get the few completions up, see what they can do as we get 3rd down about 7 yards. So I think here you probably look to just pick this up. You're not sort of at that close range where you're confident you pick it up on 4th.
Yeah, and I think the Titans are playing it smart in terms of taking the time in between in between plays, and it's out wide again to number 4 this time.
Yeah, I think you're seeing that the Glasgow defense lined up in quite a soft shell there. None of them really lined up aggressively to try and disrupt anything underneath. I think maybe just saying, let's give them a cheap 1st down at the half and then make them work the full length of the field again.
Yeah, this defense is good enough to kind of back themselves to make a play on any down.
Yeah.
In terms of they don't mind if it's 1st down the half or maybe less than a half. I still think they'll back themselves all day long, as will the offense. As Wedge goes for a wide. Oh, and it's picked by Maka.
That's a great interception there. Yeah, just Wedge slightly overthrown straight into the hands of Maka waiting with then the toe tap down the sideline. And that's a brilliant play to make.
Yeah, we saw in that first drive, Wedge had put balls a bit too shallow for the receivers. Maybe that time he's overcompensated, gone a little bit too high.
Yeah, definitely.
Slade was there. It was just a little bit too high. Maka, fair play for the high point.
Yep.
Did really well, got the toe tap. And as we just said about making a play at any moment, that's what Glasgow's defense can do.
Yeah, and things like that, when you start to think you're in a rhythm as the Titans offense can really just sort of then shift that momentum back the other way where you think you've got a drive going and then all of a sudden you are looking the other way. So here, hopefully the defense can rally and make a stop for the Titans, but equally this Glasgow offense now will be fired up watching their defense get the ball back.
Yeah, definitely. For a couple of plays there, the Titans offense just looked autonomous. It was like drop back, slam to the outside receiver on a stop or a shoot from the center, and they were moving the ball quite well. It's just a little minor error, which also can't tell, but obviously playing into the sun, either side has been kind of a bit of a pain today.
Yeah, and as we just have a slight stoppage here, I think checking where the interception actually was made. But ball's been spotted on the 5 here.
Makes it easier for everyone.
Yeah, Glasgow coming out, side toss. Again, this little run play. So what that play allows is that both Cammy and number 13 have the option to go. As we see the shaky hips here, picking up about 10 yards.
Yeah.
So big drive starter there, getting them into a good position here to continue the drive.
We were talking about earlier, once you think you've got Kerrance or Nicky or Cammy, kind of if you've got them closed in, they've got really, really agile hips and they can dip out of tackles, they can twist out of tackles. As we see a bunch ISO formation. Strong side is Liam. It's Kerrance again. He's got the opportunity to throw it back to Nicky. And you just see people, as Cammy on the reception, he's been told to no point risking the yak there or risking a penalty.
Yeah, it's been, I think we've seen from a couple of other games, they've been very bumpy from all teams involved today. So I think this agreement that it's not worth looking for any of those silly fouls going into tackles. But again, you can see the class of Glasgow here with all 3 of the people handling the ball able to throw as well. So you have to respect both options. But pass out to the outside here, little tumble, tackle made. Picking up again more good yardage as we're around 15 yards out, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best things about this Glasgow offense is we've just seen a really complex play with running players, and even they have all hitches in the playbook. It doesn't matter what level you play, all hitches in the playbook.
Play 0, it's a staple as they come out in trips right. Little bunch play, looking over the middle again, another completion, and now you can see this Glasgow offense really starting to grind and roll. So they're picking up yards hit on each play now.
Yeah, they feel like they're in a rhythm now. That first drive, it felt like Nicky overshot Liam, undershot Liam here. But I think once Nicky gets into a rhythm, he's really, really hard to stop, especially when he can be a threat as a running back, a receiver. We saw in our game, he made a great catch on the sideline. Yeah. Luckily, it was 1 yard short, but still.
Yep, and as we come in now, side toss again, tossing it backwards with 2 in the backfield. Looking here just to run and pick something up, and again,
it's a touchdown.
Yeah, he snuck in. So there you see the importance of tackling in this sport. So the loose hips and the spinning, and he's just snuck into the end zone there. Yeah,
there was 2 bites of the cherry at him, but it's one of them where it looks so simple, probably from such a distance. But those agile hips, when they're twisting and dipping at the same time, and Kerrance is one of them where it's really hard to get a lid on him as a player. And he's in at centre now, and this is what I was talking about earlier with the rotation that this offense has. He's going to snap the ball to Nicky, and he's going to look to the corner of the end zone, and it's a good grab by Liam, and he's going to get the grab. Dion was in brilliant coverage, number 23. And it's similar to the way Keir got beaten our game. Liam was there. It was a high-pointed ball, and he did really well to have strong hands and bring that in.
Yeah, I think you can see that faith in the receiver there to just put it to a spot and let him go up and make the play. And again, Liam with that big range and that big reach is always going to be a target in the red zone. So the Titans come out now, first down, looking middle with a nice hole in the middle and some space to move into. And again, you see that intelligence, get close to the second, but don't actually pick it up.
Yeah, it's one of them where it gives you 3 chances to get a yard, but it gives you it opens up the playbook on that second down and that third down to kind of take some shots, see what's open.
Yeah, and I think you are going to look and see the Titans here come out with something, probably with a short option underneath. So if they want to just pick it up, they can do, but really open the field up now. You can see Glasgow respecting that, lining up quite soft in their shape, dropping into a cover 3 look here. Ooh, and with an incomplete backwards pass there.
I think they're going to call it a sack, actually.
Yeah, so a bit of a misplay there by the Titans offense. Just need to get that ball away, whether that's just out the sideline. Obviously, no intentional grounding in flag. So if you feel that pressure, just get the ball out and keep that yardage.
And I'd be aggrieved to not shout out James Lightbody, because if he ever hears this, he'll probably just want the shout out anyway. But no, he's a really good blitzer. He does absolutely. He gets in the QB's face. He's got a combination of speed, and it's so rangy to get in the way of passing lanes, which he doesn't to a point, and then he's clinical enough to go for the sack as well.
Yeah, it's that intelligence as we bring up. I think this is third down now. So looking up to pick it up again, very deep, but just firing out the side here. Think wedge maybe this time, respecting that pressure and just getting rid.
Yeah, fourth down. It didn't seem to be the cleanest ball that came out there. It was a little bit kind of float. I'm not sure if he lost grip maybe when he was trying to get the ball. But again, I think after a play that James calls there with the sack, I think that gets into a QB's head in terms of, I need to get this ball out quick because I know the threat. So it all plays into it. Such one play can affect a mindset completely. And it's fourth down here with Liam in at blitz.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to see a big completion with maybe some out balls here and a big forced incompletion there. I think you really see the impact of that sack that was taken. I mean, if you're 5 yards up the pitch, really opens the playbook on those short things to just chuck the ball in or run a lot of those tosses we've seen offenses running.
Yeah, definitely. And Max there was touch tight to his receiver. He's one of them where he doesn't give you an inch of space. You have to make the hard catches when you're up against him. And he did really well. We do see Mark hobbling off a bit. Hopefully he's okay on the far side. Hopefully we can see him back in the game soon. But it's the Glasgow offense that are here now.
Yeah, and again, you can see that early little look where just to get the drive started, there's so many people moving and crossing paths, you don't know where the ball's coming to. So I think as a corner, especially when you're seeing all this movement really close up front, it's really important just stay disciplined, play your zone, play your man, play the ball.
Yeah, it's hard with Glasgow because they run a pitch play and they'll set it up really, really well. But it is a bunch formation, strong right here. With Cammy in at centre, Kerrance drops into the backfield. He'll receive the ball. He's got an option to run, or will he throw? He lofts it to Nicky, and Nicky's away. And he will gain about 12 yards, and that will leave them with a first down and a goal to go.
Yeah, really good play there by the Glasgow offense. You can just see again, like everyone is a threat, both with the ball in their hands or moving upfield. Nicky there, starting in the backfield, but then progressing upfield to make the reception. And it's such a tricky job as well on a blitzer to have to then put the foot in the ground and turn with.
No, definitely. And I was going to say he's deceptively quick. And there he is again with another pitch play to Liam. He plants his foot in the ground. Good tackle by Dan.
Yeah, and again, like it feels like this Glasgow team now really found their groove. They're marching towards the end zone. And, as a defense, what do you sort of do to try and shift that momentum and disrupt the play here?
It's hard because you do have to make a play, but it's so difficult against this offense because what they'll do is they'll bait you and try and make you bite on something like that pitch to Liam or this pass here from Kerrance, and they'll try and get you downfield and then just loft it over your head. But that's going to go out the back of the end zone, which is a good confidence booster for the Titans because there was a few passes there and they were marching down the field. But even just a stop like that can kind of make you guys reset and go, look, they're not going to complete every pass. And it's third down, I believe. So it's just 2 more stops for this Titans defense. The one thing with Glasgow as well, they love being outside the no-run zone because it opens up the entire of their playbook.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of that 2 QB look with people dropping in or just these like quick tosses, which as much as they look like runs are a forward pass. And so even now when you're 3 yards away, you can just simply run that. And if no one's touch tight on the man, then you're just walking into the end zone.
Yeah, it makes it a manageable fourth down for them now, doesn't it? Obviously, with them being outside the no run, they could fake it there and they could try to do something else. But now with 3 yards to go, would you say? Maybe even less?
Yeah, we're looking at a very close conversion. You can see the Titans now setting up with this sort of umbrella and then the man look on the outside. Nicky deep in the shotgun here. Motion out from Cammy, looking to get a wheel. And Liam's, that's a great
play by the blitzer.
Yeah, you could just see in the end zone there, Liam opening up, but a great play by the blitz to just tip that ball, force it away. And Titans coming away with a big 4th down stop close to their own end zone.
And we were talking about how you wrestle back momentum. A play like that is massive for that defense. It's massive for the confidence, and it should give the offense a little boost coming on as well, because they can really make an impact at the back end of this half now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very tight game so far. We're looking at the Titans offense back out on the field with a little flood. Wedge moving up in the pocket nicely, picking up the deep play to Slade there. And again, you see that element of requiring that pocket movement to be able to just duck around the blitzer, step up, and then really read the field afterwards.
Yeah, capitalizing on a jump from James. He's had a few in this game where he's got his hands in front of the ball, so he's jumped to try and do it, and Wedge has baited it really well. He's managed to move around and open him some time, and he'll go for a quick out here to the center.
And again, you can see just stepping out of bounds right at that halfway mark, so they have the option to go for a deep effort here or just take the quick completion underneath for a 1st down. And as a defense, when you're in this position, it's so tricky because you have to respect both options equally, because if you sell out to try and stop that underneath, teams will just bomb the ball over you. And equally, if you play really soft, teams will just chunk 6 or 7 yards underneath. It's a deep snap here.
I think it was either a miscommunication or he's put the ball just behind him there.
Yeah, you can just see the receiver there looking just a little more outside, and with the DB tightly trailing behind, it's just slipped through the middle of them. But it's okay. I mean, we've got 4th down here, so only maybe half a yard to go, and you'd back the offense to pick this up.
Might not be a massive thing, but obviously last drive it was Mark at center, new center there, slightly maybe a miscommunication, mistiming.
Yeah,
could be a thing.
As this 4th down comes up now, Wedge under center, looking just for a quick little toss. Oh, no, never mind. As I say, you see those big completions down the field when teams start to sell out, and that little bit of motion, Wedge coming under just to really draw that defense in, and then having Slade on the outside there just to put the ball on the back shoulder.
Yeah, it was a really, really nicely drawn up play, because I think everyone, even me up here, I'm thinking he's going to take that short 1 yard over, just play it safe, but it opens up that kind of stuff in the deep end of the field.
Yeah, definitely. And now with 1st down and maybe 10 yards to go, you're really going to see this Titans offense try and get a bit creative, but equally see them use a bit of gamesmanship as they try to chew through this clock. As it gets towards the 2-minute warning, we're looking to just kind of try and eat some clock, and a little completion, and that should be a touchdown, and it is.
And that makes it, is it 7-6 or? It's 7-6. So this XP, as much as it might not seem massive right now, but at the end of the game, every point counts. Exactly. You know, you lose, as much as we're thinking when we played the Titans early, we lost by a singular point. You know, that these XPs do matter.
Yeah, and they're not always as automatic as you'd expect. So.
Great start. There's only 1 XP scored. So there might be 2 XPs in this game, which already beats us.
Yeah, and here we see deep snap, so looking for those little crosses, and that's a great find through that window by Wedge there. You can see defenders both sides, but he just identifies the gap where the route's going to come open and just fires it straight through. And
speaking of a way to end the half here, obviously Glasgow are going to come out on offense. I think this drive is quite obviously the most important so far, because this could really take some momentum into the second half. If the Titans get a stop, they're level going into the half. If Glasgow score and Cammy slips, there's question marks whether he thinks but it's a tip pass and he's dropped it.
A completely broken play on all parts there. Cammy slipping over, people not knowing whether the play's going on. Still play continues. Tipped pass and then falling through the hands. That's one of those, Kieran, where you just sort of look at it, watch it, and you have so much time that you overthink it.
Yeah. He gave Dan a gift, wrapped it for him, and put a bow on it, and he still didn't want it. He still didn't want it. It's so unfortunate because it's like when you're in that situation, they look so simple from up here.
Yeah,
but it's a heartbreaking drop.
It's a real moment, as we said. When you're looking to shift the momentum, and you can see now this Glasgow offense starting to look maybe a little rattled by that play. But as a Titans defense, equally, you are probably also a little rattled, having had the ball in your hands so comfortably to then unfortunately have it slip out. But
I think that's one thing as well in that last play, in terms of they might have thought the play was over when Cammy slipped. I don't know if his knee was down. So it was kind of a broken play all over. But it's one of them, you've got to flush it now if you're down. And then the next time the ball's in your hands, you make sure you make that catch.
yeah, definitely. As we just see a quick short toss to the Glasgow offense here. And as I think this will bring up third or fourth down, I think third. So yeah, I think both teams now, oh no, it must be fourth, as we see the Titans really setting up shop here on the halfway line. And Glasgow bringing out quite a tall offense here. We've got Liam. Cammy's obviously got a great vert as well. So we'll see what they try to do here, where they'll try and flood the middle of the field. 2 QBs in the backfield, and you can just see everyone setting up close to or around the sticks. Pass comes out of bounds, incomplete, and that's turnover on downs. And I think if you're a Titans defense there with the ball in your hands, you're happy to get off the field. Yes, it's unfortunate you're not starting so close to the end zone.
Yeah.
But to get the ball back to the offense close to the end of the half, you've got to be happy with.
As a DB, if you've dropped, that makes you feel so much better. Because you may have dropped it, but you still got the turnover on downs anyway. Obviously, you're not in as an advantageous position, but it's not impacted that as much as it could have, which I think is massive for that team. And as we said about how much that gives the momentum back to the Titans, it honestly now is another massive drive for them to possibly lead going into the half as they go deep.
Bit of a floater, and it's incomplete there as offense turns into defense, having to just break that pass up and put it on the floor. Live to fight another down, but you can just see this pressure in Wedge's face each drive and each play. He's really got to try and get away from the blitzers here just to get the ball out a bit more cleanly and a bit more smoothly for his receivers.
Yeah, it's a game of defense so far, isn't it? It's a great game if you're a defensive player.
And the other thing to add as well is a lot of the times people don't want to blitz, but just look at the masterclass you're seeing on both sides of the balls from the blitzers here as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think that one at this end zone where Glasgow they could have punched it in, he was wide open in the end zone, and the blitzer gets a hand up and completely knocks the path of the pass. And that is why we're currently 7-7, because that would have been a 14-0 lead at that point. And then that might have kind of knocked the Titans a bit, but that play by the blitzer has changed the game.
Yeah, and you can see there's just a bit of now like slowing the game down, making the right plays, making the right reads. Titans looking to score here before halftime to really put themselves in the driving seat. And I think going into the half with the lead, you then immediately start to have a bit of a different outlook on the second half. Whereas if you're tied, you still have to like go out and fight and really work for it. As again, through many hands there. I think the receiver there just not expecting it, with the flash of hands distracting him a little, and then the defender at the end just really not expecting the ball to just fall into his lap like that. But I think we're starting to see maybe a little bit of lack of concentration. It's been a long, hot day for everyone out on the field, and just starting to see those little mistakes starting to creep into the game now.
Yeah, and to be honest, for both sides, I feel like they've both played at 100%. So it's going to be one of them where it's not just physically draining, this is a mentally draining game as well. Because as we said earlier, everything has to be pinpoint at this level.
Yep, as the Titans come out in trips now, looking for a big completion. Oh, and just not on the same page there. Turnover on downs again. So here, Glasgow maybe being able to make up for their previous mistake on the drive and punch the ball in before half.
I think this is our third or fourth possession inside the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, and we really are. You can see the clock management aspect of flag in full effect here, with both teams trying to manage that. So we get first down, Nicky pump faking, looking deep, and he might have the man here. And he does. Great backing up there, and a tackle made. But that's exactly what you're looking for. Pick up half the field in one play, look to punch it in nice and easy.
Yeah, it was one of them where it was a difficult catch for Liam. It was slightly, I don't know if the wind caught it, but it was slightly behind him. He had to readjust his body. He did a great job to bring it in with one hand. Good recovery by Dan as well. He made it a much more difficult catch than it looked like it was going to be off the first break.
Yeah, you can see Nicky there pump faking at Liam first to give him that signal to go deep, and great recovery by the DB just to be able to make a tackle and stop the almost certain touchdown here.
As they are in a bunch ISO formation, it's to Kerrance again. Nicky's got time. He's going to go for a run. James, good tackle.
Yeah, just limiting that gain, and you really see this a lot with Glasgow. They know the game very well. They're looking to sort of use the clock as well as march the ball in. So I think as we have a timeout called here, So gives both teams just a little chance to cool off, make use of the 30 seconds or so that they'll get. But if you're Glasgow here looking for a score, what sort of plays or what sort of parts of the field are you looking to open up here?
I think watching Glasgow, they love to they are outside the no run, which again is just the most dangerous area for them. I think it just frees up the entire playbook. If they can get an easy completion to the front pylon or have Kerrance drop into the backfield, have one guy dragged out of position and just pop it in behind, that's exactly what they're looking to do. And we've seen him play centre the last couple of snaps. He's now in the slot. Liam's in at centre. It's just really hard to get a read on where everyone's going to be. It's a toss to Kerrance, and he's going to go to Nicky, and he's going to try get Kerrance open, and he will.
A great play. Yeah, you can just see, as we've said, everyone moving all around, lining up in different positions with the motion and the tossers. You can really just see the ball moving around the field, and it's so hard as a defender to follow all of that movement and all of those switches and just play the field and play the role as the defender just there trailing.
We spoke on it earlier about Kerrance doing that short pass to Liam. They've set it up all game by tossing it, and then now they've opened it up as Cammy's in motion again. We saw a similar play earlier.
Yeah, but
and it's going to be another laser to the right-hand side, but it's a bit behind Liam. And I think it was Kerrance, was in kind of a lot of space on the left-hand side. I think Nicky'd probably want that one back.
Yeah, I think you can see it was an almost identical play to the last one to Liam that they scored on. So I think what they're looking for there is they'd identified a read they liked. Nicky just trying to force the ball in a little and hoping that Liam would bring that ball in.
Yeah, but a massive score before the half for the Hornets. And it'd be interesting to see how the Titans react now, because I feel like we've gone through all the waves of emotion in this 2-minute warning. It feels longer than the first half.
Yeah, we've really been seeing a lot of variety here. As again now Titans having to look, and great adjustment, caught in bounds there by the receiver. That's a brilliant play. Wedge with the timing, knowing that his receiver's going to turn, but a little low, and the receiver having to make a great adjustment to catch the ball there.
Yeah, definitely. I thought for a minute that the receiver would maybe run a wrong route or his miscommunication. The timing was just so impeccable. The moment he'd cut and done the comeback, the ball was in his lap.
Yeah,
and he did great reactions to get that ball.
Yeah, one of those where it's almost like you turn around and the ball's just there, and you're sort of taught as a receiver when you run a comeback or a curl. So you start that turn, bring the hands up because the ball should be there. As I think we've had a timeout called again. Titans just looking to keep some of that clock ready to use. Big second down play here now, as the Titans have a lot of downs to work with. Again, they only need a couple yards to pick up the first, which will then stop the clock and give them a fresh set of shots at the end zone. Here, Wedge rolling, hits the receiver, and there just a nice completion to pick up 5 yards beyond the halfway line.
Yep, first down stops the clock as well. So it was, in a way, the Titans, as long as they had a completion, they were playing with house money. They didn't need to get out of bounds. They didn't need to call a timeout. They could just use that first down, kind of sets the clock, and now they can take their time into this next play, which is first and about 15 goal to go. First and 20 goal to go.
This man doesn't know his field dimensions. As we see them lining up now with the strong left formation, Slade in the slot here, maybe looking to exploit his height over the middle. No, they go to the other side. Just a little stumble there. He's limping again, maybe still carrying a little bit of a knock, the Titans receiver there. But
yeah, and we saw him go down after the Max play earlier, and it's just a question now of managing him in terms of, because obviously we saw number 4 play centre earlier, but there was a slight miscommunication. So I know Mark and Wedge have got a great relationship in terms of he's always the one in the end zone, and he's a really reliable receiver underneath.
Yeah, I think we're maybe just going to see them see it out to the half with this offense, and then maybe use the half time to just sort of dial in a little bit. Yeah. But definitely carrying a little bit of a knock. You can see here Titans maybe just having a chat, or maybe setting up in the backfield. No, Slade comes back up to the line of scrimmage, and Glasgow here setting up very deep and defensive as they look to defend this shot. I think we're going to be very close to the end of the half here. The ball comes back, Wedge just firing in the end zone, and a great intercept. Oh,
he's out of bounds. He's out of bounds. And again,
yeah, we've had a signal there that it's first down. But maybe we're at the half now, I think. Yeah, you can see there the Glasgow defender almost being a little risky trying to bat the ball back into play for one of his players to make a play on the ball, I think. But a very, very high risk play to make with a receiver in the area.
Story of the first half, apart from the Maka high point early, a couple of DBs with they've had picks in their hands and it's just gone through. So there was chances to change the game.
Yeah, and I think, again, as we said, it's a very closely matched game defensively with not many points put on the board. Flag notoriously a high scoring game, but with both defenses really putting in the work here to keep their teams in it, I think maybe in the second half, what sort of adjustments would you make as an offense to try and combat that quite aggressive and quite rangy defense on both sides?
I think the Titans have looked really good when the ball's been out quick. I think they've looked really good. They can gain 5-6 yards at a time, which I think is really impressive on their part. And I think they just need to get into that rhythm again. And let Wedge find his aim. I think for the Hornets, you just keep doing your multiple QB, your multiple running options. It just opens up the entire playbook, keeps the defenses guessing, and if anything, it tires them out.
Yeah, definitely. And in heat like this, you really can't underestimate that impact of running up and down the field over and over. And Titans at their home game day, obviously bringing a big squad, and Glasgow, again, a perfectly respectable squad, but a long trip of travel down. Hot weather to contend with, and all of these things just make slight little adjustments and slight impacts on players.
Yeah.
When you need your focus at 100% all game, every game, those things can start to just creep in and just start to add up.
13-7 at the half.
And now back into the second half. So this Glasgow offense coming out, starting with the ball. And again, as we spoke previously, scoring before the half, coming out with the ball. That is a real double punch. If Glasgow can get a score on this first drive, you've got to start to worry as the Titans that you then start in danger of falling behind.
Yeah, I think one score down, it's one of them where you still feel like you're in the game, especially with a whole entire half to go. 2 scores, it's still not over, but against this offense that just is so clinical, it does feel like a mountain to climb sometimes.
Yeah, and we see them lining up here with Nicky under centre, looking for just a quick little toss inside. Oh, and he's deflected! And he's run it in! What an incredible play by the Blitz! Read it the whole way, knew where the ball was coming, and I don't think Nicky ever saw him coming. An unbelievable switch of momentum. And a defense that won't be expecting to be on the field this early. An unbelievable read to make.
That is an unbelievable. And they've set up that pitch multiple times, and the blitzer has just gambled on it and read it absolutely perfectly. It's an absolute unbelievable play by the Blitz, which is the Blitzers have been making plays all game long. And now it's a massive XP for the Titans to take the lead. Deep overshot it slightly.
He had Slade just inside, but that's okay. I don't think Glasgow picked their XP up, so I think we're back tied again.
Yeah, 13 all. And considering Glasgow started with the ball and we've played about 10 seconds, the fact that it's 13 all is a massive boost for the Titans.
Yeah, again, really cannot overstate the importance of that play there. And Glasgow lining up very narrow now, looking to completely shift now the look.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be shaken up by that, but they'll still back themselves. I think you don't win as an incompletion comes here, but you don't win 2 national championships and let a blown play like that knock you. I think they'll reset, they'll refocus, and they'll come back again.
It is an early blow though, because we've talked about starting drives, and they've started a lot of drives with those quick pitches, and that's why the blitzer has gambled, and it's worked immensely well. It's a great read.
Yes, it is. As we see second down now, just that quick little pitch and tackle made there for a gain of about 7. But yeah, they're looking at different looks, similar concepts now. But again, this Titans defense will be on a high, but making sure they don't climb too high and then let the moment get over them. As we have third down now, strong left. Snap comes back. In the backfield, we have 2 again. Toss back to Nicky. 2 defenders and receivers very deep. As the toss comes and it's incomplete again, maybe the offense turning into defense a little bit there.
Yeah, and I think it's one of them where this Glasgow team, they do seem a little bit rattled by that early play. Nothing's clicking like it was previously. I think it's a case of like that quick out to Kerrance earlier, the quick shoot. I think it's simplifying it a little bit just to get themselves back at a level head because it's 4th down now. And as we see, the Titans playing a little bit softer, still not on the half.
No, it's a very aggressive look actually from the Titans as they have someone coming down late now to defend and a shot all the way to the end zone, which is going to be tipped and incomplete. But you're always a little worried when you see a ball tipped up and backwards. Cammy in lots of room and very frustrated there as the ball doesn't get to him.
And that's what we were just talking about in terms of that's where you want Glasgow's headspace to be. If you're seeing players, get slightly frustrated, they all kind of they're not on the same page. As a Titans sideline, you are absolutely buzzing with what you're seeing.
Yeah, there's a defense, you come off, you're very happy with that, forcing a big stop, having to make them go to different plays and different looks. Maybe a little lucky there to get away with that, but again, you can't complain when the ball is on the ground and you're getting it in the offense. So we see just a 4-yard completion there, picking up a few little yards, just to keep the offense moving and in some momentum as we bring up second down.
Obviously, we've talked about Mark and possibly what he's working through. I'm not expecting to see yards of yak. I'm expecting him to be the check down option, and then he can get 5-6 yards at a time underneath. And I think you'd take that all day.
Yeah, it's as you say, it's 4 yards to the half, so you're only really looking to pick up 7 or 8 yards per play. And if you manage to do that each play, then you're in the end zone. So we see second down, little crosser, Wedge just shifting. Play made there again. Wedge moving in the pocket. Oh, as a flag comes in now.
And I think it's going to be, just the way Phil looks like he's explaining it to Wedge, I think it's going to be on the offense and they're going to be moving back. Yep. Not sure quite what the penalty was on. Possibly flag guarding.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, impeding the blitzer. Okay.
Yeah, it's a tricky one to get out the way. As an offense, the blitzer always will have right of way. So making sure just to not slow them up or collide with them as they're running. Otherwise, that will see you going backwards.
And now we're at second down. And we're back to the 5-yard line with Wedge in the shotgun again. He takes a snap. He's looking for a quick ball. He's going to go to the sideline. Slade, good grab. Yeah. Falls down with it, so there'll be no yards after catch, but he has gained over 10 yards there. So
yeah, just a little underthrown the ball there. So Slade having to just sit down and catch it low. But I think you'll take the yards after the penalty as we come up on third down now towards the half. Wedge with a very deep line in the backfield as he steps up just slightly. Looking left side, ball deep, defender turning. Oh, and a great catch. Defender and receiver both getting really tangled up. And I think if we hadn't seen that ball completed, we'd have maybe seen a tripping penalty come out.
Yeah, I was just about to say that both feet seemed to get tangled. I wasn't really sure on the instigate. I feel like both guys were just running for the ball and their feet tend to get tackled. But it's a great, great concentration grab by Slade. It was one of them where Wedge threw it, kind of just trusting, and then Ollie slipped, and it's great concentration because Slade himself was coming to the ground.
Yeah, great concentration and a great pickup of yards as it now sets the Titans up here very close to the Glasgow end zone. And I think here, if you punch the ball in, you're really looking for a big knockout blow to this Glasgow op team who've really come out struggling in the second half early here. Yeah,
the Titans were trailing going into the half, but probably not even midway through the second half. They might turn this game around as Wedge back of the end zone, and he's slight miscommunication with the receiver. Wedge put it to the outside. The receiver was breaking inside. DB for Glasgow 3 couldn't react in time because he tracked the in, but it was a dangerous play.
Yeah, ball there for the taking, but as you say, just sort of fired straight out the back of the end zone. I think a lot of times you'll see offenses in the red zone will operate on a policy of my man or no man, where they'll fire it close to the sideline or they'll put it high so that only their receiver can make a play on the ball or it sails harmlessly out of bounds. So you see it fired here and complete touchdown Titans. And they now pick up that lead going into this second half, which is a big shift of momentum in this game.
It's absolutely massive. It makes it 13-19. And we talk about XPs earlier. Gives them a 7-point lead going in if they get the XP here.
Yeah, I think this Glasgow team now, you can see a lot of hands on hips, maybe just starting to lose heads a little, but you've got to refocus and recenter. So we see trips right now. Ball snapped. Looking at that back of the end zone, a big pass breakup.
Yeah, good play by Matt.
Keeping it within 6, meaning that a touchdown and extra point will take the lead. As we've seen, those XPs matter.
Yeah, let's see. It'd be really interesting now to see how Glasgow attack this next drive. They've had an interception on the first play of the second half. They've gone 4 and out. We'll see what they do here as Cammy takes the pitch back to Kerrance. Is he going to run? He can get away from the blitzer. He's going to use his hips. And it's a good, solid first drive. But again, it didn't quite look clean from Glasgow.
No, this team really looking like they're making it hard for themselves and having to work for every single yard. And it's a team that's not familiar with being behind. Obviously, their first BAFA loss only this season in several years. So I think now was a big, big breakup, almost intercepted. But you can really see now this Titans defense fired up and this Glasgow offense struggling to respond.
Yep. And it's a great breakup by the DB to kind of spot that and break down on that route. He saw Liam in a little bit of space, but he was close enough to come in, dive in and make the play.
Yeah, part of that, reading the route, but also reading the quarterback, knowing what he's going to come looking at, reading those eyes. And that's a bit of a battle that DBs and quarterbacks will always have as we see the toss back over to Nicky, who's just going to look to run and pick up a few yards. Picks up maybe 7, maybe 8. But again, it's still looking just a little bit uncomfortable for Glasgow, but they're settling in more now.
Big fourth down here as well with the Titans reclaiming the lead on the last play. On the last drive, sorry. And now Glasgow, this could be the third drive of the half that has ended scoreless and without any sort of drive into the opponent's half.
No, this team really looking to get a shift of momentum as they go for that similar little toss back and overthrown and another turnover on downs. And this Glasgow offense is really struggling now, and this Titans offense and defense both have to be feeling very, very positive about their chances right now.
Yeah, this Glasgow team look a little bit out of sync. And if we flash back to the opening game day of the season, when they played against Aberdeen, again, if this offense gets a little bit out of sync, we'll see how they can bounce back. But in the Aberdeen game, they weren't quite on their full. And we've seen this new National League, you have to be at 100% every single game. And this would be a massive, massive coup for the Titans if they can pick up the win.
Yeah, definitely. Titans sort of looking to cement themselves in this northern sort of side of the National League. But as you say, the collection of talent and the collection of teams that you have in this league now in this division means that no game is a simple game and you can't take any snaps off. One bad play and you will be punished, as we see first down, all hitches, play 0, and just pick up of 7 yards.
Yeah. Safe hands again from Mark, the centre. And it's really interesting to see, again, how this shifts the game plan for the Titans in terms of they probably came into the second half thinking they might have to chase the game at some point. We spoke about if they go 2 scores down, they're now 1 score up.
Yeah, completely different game to what I think most people and most players had as we see an offensive change now for the Titans. I think that injury just becoming a bit too much and the flag belt coming off as well. So, just a change of flag belt. So clearly some dodgy equipment going on here as wedge fires deep middle and a great pass breakup. You can see there Slade just adjusting towards where the ball was, never had it quite secured, and a great late breakup to be able to come and split that ball.
One to watch, getting up a little bit gingerly, shaking off that hand. It's just one to watch. It's probably, we'll hope it's nothing, but just one to watch out for as Max comes in and he breaks up the play. It was a physical play, but I think it was a fair play.
Yeah, definitely. I think flag known as a non-contact sport, but obviously you get a lot of bumping shoulders, bumping arms, etc. So really just sort of seeing that.
The refs are going in for a huddle about this call. I did not see a flag thrown. I wonder if Phil has just kind of got everyone in to kind of get everyone on the same page about the decision.
Yeah, I think that's the case, and you'd always rather have the talk and not need it, similar to sort of how VAR works in traditional football. You can have a few more eyes, have a longer chat about it. But I mean, from our VAR, it looked a little bang bang. We've been told, so we'll.
It's one of those plays that happens so fast
Yeah.
that you have to have a stop, talk, let's go through it. It's those decisions that make really quickly that are probably wrong, and those considered decisions you probably get right.
It's one of them where we're just looking back on the plane now, and it's a difficult one to call, as you say, in real time. But to us up here, and we're just looking it back now, as Slade does drop back, Slade looks open, and Max comes across. The ball's in the air. They're both going for it, and that is quicker than any VAR decision you'll see in the Premier League this season. We are done in 3 minutes.
It looks
Well
like
done, us.
It looks like, though, that a penalty is being given. You can see the Glasgow defence are not happy about that. Sort of by the looks of things, Phil.
Oh yeah, they're moving him upfield.
Phil saying that he's just come through and clattered his arm. So again, one that's
It's a supportable call though as well.
yeah, there was definitely an element of contact on the play. You know, whether that was enough to break the pass up is a different question, or to cause warrant a penalty.
It's a strange one where it doesn't feel like I'd be appalled with either of the calls there. I don't think if it was given, it's not an egregious penalty to not give or give. So the referees have made the decision on the field quite swiftly as well, and we're back to playing on first down for the Titans with about 5 yards to go to the half. And
An
Max,
unbelievable play. They're making up for it almost instantly. He'll be very cross. The penalty was assessed on him, but then immediately coming in to break that play up. Coming from the other side of the field as well to step down on that is an unbelievable range.
yeah, and he's such a player where I feel like playing with that chip on his shoulder now after the penalty gets given on him. I feel like we're going to see another level to Max. He'll bite down on things. He'll get really physical at the point of catch, but also he'll make some unbelievable plays as he's tracking Slade again on a deep route. But the center is
Unbelievable
open.
grab. And you can see again now hobbling. So
Yeah, similar to what we've just heard in the commentary booth. Please, Mark, protect yourself and get off the field.
and he has now walked off. So going out on a high there, but yeah, you can see really.
I will
shaking
say
up.
you can never question his character. What an absolute warrior, because he was injured from possibly the first play of the game.
Yeah,
And he's been absolutely fantastic. He's caught everything that's been within his range. So, but we've got a new centre in now for the Titans as Wedge takes a snap, reads it early, goes for a lofted ball to the back.
a great break up there by the defender. You can just see Wedge looking to try and float it in at the back corner. Ball broken up nicely by the Glasgow defender there as we bring up a second down.
Do you think it could have been? Maybe I'm being harsh. Do you think it could have been picked? Oh, he got both hands to it.
I think it
I got
could have
both hands
been,
to
but I
it.
think if you're
It's one of those where you're turning as the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look simple from up here, but I think when you're adjusting and following the man, that's a tricky play to make. I think you'd always rather be safe, batting it down.
As we talked about previously on the stream as well, this guy's played GB contact
Okay.
TV as well, so yeah, the experience is there.
Ball fired towards the back and a great toe tap,
He's
but
out of
just out of bounds.
You read the white line like I did.
Yeah.
It's slightly in front of the white line.
I think the ball bounces though, doesn't it?
We'll see here. Ruled incomplete. Defenders or officials on both the sideline and the back line of the end zone.
Bounces the ball, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Never mind.
Did or not, yeah.
It's not even close.
Makes
Ignore us.
it easier for us. But again, so now this is again we spoke about earlier. There's 4 bites at the cherry here for the Titans in terms of goal-to-goal scenario, and now we're on third down. There's a running back in the backfield, fakes the run, rolls out right, down the middle. Good play
Ooh.
again by Max.
Yeah, I think ball just out there, little bit of contact, but again, I don't think that's anything that warrants a penalty as we bring up fourth. They're going to have a
Yeah.
chat, yep, just see, but I don't think that there's...
Where he's coming from behind, maybe.
For me, I don't think it's enough. I think the ball was long gone. I don't think it really warranted any contact, and you can see it's waved off here.
It's an interesting one, though, because, and it's always the case in these sorts of games, when you set the precedent with the one earlier was a foul, you always compare it to that one. And you're like, was it worse? Was it better? And it's really difficult to kind of take them as individual kind of calls. And on this occasion, there's a man closer. I believe it's Luca, but he looks incognito. So he made the call as a back judge there.
Yeah, and as we now have a big 4th down, and feel this Titans really looking to seal the game out now.
Deep
Ball coming towards the corner, incomplete, and a turnover on downs. That's a big stop from this Glasgow defense.
In the commentary booth, you can hear that roar from Max. He is fired up after that penalty. I can tell you now, that roar is just a let out of pure emotion, and it feels like when they've got their backs to the wall, they've played up and they've stepped up there, and now it's time for the offense to take this game back to the Titans if they can.
Yeah, as first down comes up, Cammy with the delay, and almost intercepted again. Big hand back down from the blitz, and it's been a story of this game that the blitzes have had an impact. For anyone that thinks blitzing isn't fun or doesn't matter, watch this game.
Honestly, I thought we were about to see 2 blitz 6s in a game. 1 blitz 6 is rare. 2 in a game would have been the first time I've seen it. I've never...
We're being outdone here in the commentary booth as we have 2nd down, ball outside now. Nicky not wanting to pick on that blitz anymore.
And this is what I said earlier. It's in every single playbook. What do we do when things aren't going right? Let's just run all hitches. Everyone just reset. Take a bit of time in between these plays. Don't rush. There's probably still plenty of time left. 5 minutes left. So, and you've also got 2-minute warning, 2 timeout, everything like that. So there's time in this game for the Glasgow team as he snaps back again. And it's another... just a nice, short hitch route by everybody. It does feel like this Glasgow team are just trying to get on the same page.
Yeah, and as we said before, only a 6-point difference. So punching it in and getting the XP here would put Glasgow in the lead. So really knowing they only need 1 score, but on a 4th down with maybe 3 yards to go, do you look to stretch the field and open up the middle, or do you just try and get everyone underneath and pick this up?
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how aggressive the Titans play. They seem to be playing quite aggressive at the moment. Flat line of 5, and
he's running and reaching, and how are they going to spot this?
And it's a very
given
tight
it him
first
just
down.
over. Yeah, really good play there, and you can see reaching with the ball. Obviously, no fumbles in flag, so you can be a bit more bold and a bit more risky with the ball, reaching over and picking up the yards there.
Yeah, it was tight though. It was a really tight call. It's a good job that he had the reach, but it leaves him with a long way to go and to get into the end zone here.
Yeah, as you see Nicky dropping back, firing deep, a big loopy ball here and incomplete, but that's a dangerous pass to put up. Both players going for the ball, but Nicky again just not looking like he's got his eye in yet.
No, he does seem like he's struggling to find his range. He's such an incredible quarterback when he's playing in rhythm and he's playing in sync. It's just something, it could possibly be the Titans defense or it could be this offense just trying to still get on thinking, but it does seem like they're slightly off kilter and he's not quite got his range in on the deep balls especially.
Yeah, and you've seen as well, as we've said,
there is a stop in play at the moment as Phil is stood at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like
it must have been a 2-minute warning, yeah.
So here, big crunch time now for Glasgow to be able to punch this in as they're really starting to run out of time now.
Yep, 2nd down and a long way to go. And they'll go back to Nicky. And he's going to throw it to Kerrins. It's an unbelievable grab.
That's a great catch. Picking up a big chunk of yardage when they needed it most. And that's a great faith throw from Nicky there. Just putting it up, recognizing the defender's turned and just hoping that the receiver will come down with the ball.
Yeah, I do think when we watch this Glasgow offense, and obviously I don't vote for this, but he is my MVP every time they play because he can do everything. You have to account for him as a runner, as a quarterback, and as a receiver. And I just think when you're playing someone to that level, it's so hard as a defense because you might as well just game plan for him. Yeah. Because it's so difficult. But then every other person's as good of an athlete, as good of a thrower, as good of a receiver. It's a really good offense to watch.
Yeah, it is. As you say, they've got so many little bags of tricks that they've come out in, but this Titans offense this Titans defense, clearly seem to have their number, and they've been matching them every step of the way.
They've done a really good job at kind of limiting this Glasgow offense. But it's crunch time now. We're inside the 2-minute warning. It's second down. It's Cammy. It's gone to Kerrance. He makes the fake. And again, I don't vote, but he is my MVP. It's absolutely unbelievable. The way he faked the blitzer there, there's just not many that can do it like him. And he's carried them into the end zone. However, XPs, we talked about how important they were earlier in the game. They're even more important now because it's 1990.
Yeah, exactly. This one is sort of, the do or die. And obviously, with how this Titans team have set up, they'll have one more drive with the ball in their hands. But I think you really want to force this so that you're not chasing that lead where Glasgow will feel slightly more comfortable. So the ball comes back to Nicky, looking middle, tipped, and an unbelievable adjustment. Blitz, as we've said, have had an impact all day and just millimeters off tipping that the other way.
It's the exact same play that happened earlier where Liam was streaking coming across. The last time the blitzer got his hand on it and it fell incomplete. This time the blitzer gets his hand on it. Liam concentrates. He makes the grab. It's such a game of inches, and especially in this crunch time. But there's still plenty of time, 2 timeouts, 1:47 to go. The Titans here, you'd rather be in their position. They're the one with the ball in their hands. They can be the difference makers right now.
Yeah, I think obviously you never want to be chasing that deficit, but with the ball in your hands, it's in your decision, and a pass tipped up here and picked off. And an unbelievable play there by Max. Had the penalty earlier, had the stop. And now the difference maker to ice this game potentially.
Yeah, and I said earlier, that penalty will have just fired Max up, and I feel like we've seen a different player.
Yeah.
I feel like we've seen a different player. He is a yard quicker to every ball. He's making every ball his. And since that penalty was given, Max has changed this game. He's done an absolutely brilliant job. And now for a team that has struggled to look in sync all game, they now have a 1-point lead with 1 minute and probably 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, as they come out in this bunch formation, just looking to run the ball, chew up that clock. Clock is running.
No timeout called yet, I don't think. I've not seen a signal. So we're on second down and about 11 at the moment.
And as we've said, this Glasgow team early in this half, absolutely reeling, as I think we have seen a timeout called now. But this Glasgow team earlier, absolutely reeling from that Blitz 6 first play. And now they've reset, they've recovered, and they've taken the game to the Titans. And I think now with this pick, you've almost got the opposite position for the Titans now, where they're reeling and knowing they have to go out and chase this game.
Yeah, it says a lot about character, and that's the character of national champions, isn't it? They don't get to, like, even when they're not playing their best, they're in every game and they can still come out and get to the depths and win the game. As Nicky holds on to the ball, he's running in the backfield, just trying to waste a bit of clock. As he's running forward now, and he will get tackled. There is a flag on the far side of the field, which we're going to take a look at. And I think the refs are going to get together in the middle of the field and have a conversation. But again, if you don't want someone with the clock running down to be scrambling, I think Nicky's probably the worst to be playing at this point, because he's so good when he's scrambling.
Yeah, very, very intelligent and high IQ players on this Glasgow offense. They know what to do when they're winning games. They know how to see games out. And you'll see a lot of those runs, a lot of players in the backfield just to toss it around. Titans coming down very aggressively as the Glasgow in this bunch formation. Wide receiver doesn't even move because he knows the ball isn't coming. Tackled inbounds.
And I'm interested to see, there's a bit of back and forth on the field. Again, I've not seen a timeout. There's a clock running signaled by the far side referee. So we're third down. And I'm not sure how long's left, but the clock is 50 seconds. So the clock is running. And you know what the Glasgow are going to do. They will run this play clock all the way down. It's smart football.
Yeah, maybe looking to themselves use the timeout right at the end to get every last possible second. But lining up, one in the backfield is the running back. Toss given to Nicky. And you can see here's where the shenanigans start. But tackle made quite quickly. Yeah. Titans seeing a few heads down now, maybe starting to look a little less optimistic.
Yeah, it's one of them where it's not the worst sack or tackle for loss you can take in this scenario. It's more about burning how much clock you can. In terms of, as we see there, Nicky and Richie, they were just kind of, it didn't seem like they wanted to make that errant pass or that errant run, you know? just stay behind the line of scrimmage, run around, try and drain as much clock as possible. And we'll see now with how long's left on the clock. I think by the look of the referee, they might take a... Is he going to take a timeout? Because there seems to be a lot... Yeah.
Yeah.
Timeout taken with probably 1 second left on the play clock or something similar.
Yeah, milking every last bit of time as we've got a big 4th down here. So Titans obviously looking to get the stop and give their offense any sort of hope. But if you're Glasgow, don't let them, do anything silly. Don't throw a pick 6 here. Just ping it at the end zone. Use as much time as you can while doing it, and then hope you can ice the game out.
And it looks like everybody is going to go bunch tight, and they're just going to kind of create a wall for Nicky to kind of run around. And
yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of hot potato here with the ball. Oh, no, he's going to do the opposite. He's going to back himself sprinting in the backfield. And we see the signal there. That is the game. So unbelievable comeback from behind by Glasgow to win this game, in a game they looked almost dead and buried in.
And I tell you what, that was a game of high quality defense from both sides. And I think it's a shout out, as we could say, to both blitzers. I think the blitzers on the Titans, obviously a blitz 6. James made Wedge's life difficult all game, but a real good quality game between two sides where the momentum swung all day long. But Glasgow, the grit, the character of national champions, managed to eke out a 1-point win, 20-19.
Yeah, those XPs, as we say, always mattering and never automatic. So really does show the importance of getting it right on every single play.
Yeah. And thanks for having us, by the way.
So as the game ends now, we'll hand everything over. So thank you for listening to us on the commentary here. Congratulations to the Hornets and a great game by the Titans.
Yep. Thank you all.
Okay, we're wrapping up this stream now. Thank you very much for joining us. I know there's still 21 of you with us, but thank you very much, and see you next time.